about we just do that? Because for tonight's live, we're not even going to need the music. But before I get started, as always, I want to give a shout out to all of the members that are in the chat. So, what's popping, Felicia? Felicia, what's popping, uniquely? What's popping, Miss Mimi? What's popping, CJ? What's popping, Footprints? What's popping, Shiva? What's popping, Ashley? What is popping, that 504 girl? What's popping, Tiffany? Tiffany. What's popping, Nina? What's popping, Saved But Dope? What's popping, Gold Digger? What's popping, 27M Pain? What's popping, Sheena? What's popping, Nicole? What's popping, Miss Jackie? What's popping, Natasha? What's popping, Talking Doctor? What's popping, Rochelle? What is popping, Linda? What's popping, Tasha? What's popping? What's popping? What's popping, Mary? What's popping, Michelle? What's popping, Miss T? What's popping, Betty Boo Boo? I didn't get to click you, but what's popping, Sexiest One? What's popping to everybody that is in here? What's popping, Lady E? What's popping, Stephanie? What's popping, Tasha? What's popping, Sweet and Salt Eye? What's popping, Angel? What's popping, Peggy? What's popping, Yolanda? What's popping, Miss Thompson? What is popping, everybody? So this is kind of like an impromptu live. I was in here and I was doing my cleaning, and I've been thinking back on the content that has been before our eyes and displayed. I've been thinking about one of the trending topics and couples of the internet, the only people that have ever managed to put this internet in a chokehold and break it anytime that they post something. I've been thinking about Chrisean. I've been thinking about Blueface. I've been thinking about Jaydin Alexxis. I've been thinking about Miss Charla and Eugene. I've been thinking about Carlissa. I've been thinking about Whack 100 and Bodine. And I've been thinking about all of them. I've been thinking about Junior and all the bloggers and the hate pages and the pages that just feel like they're speaking the truth and they want to bash this girl, drag this girl, whatever you want to call it. But whatever it's done, it's not done in love. It's done from a space of hate. It's done from a space of darkness. It is done from a space to hurt. Okay. Some people may say that it is harsh truth, but that is not harsh truths. When you are calling someone names and creating hate pages of their child. This whole content, this whole circus, what they have done, what the Blueface and Chrisean saga has done, is it has brought an awareness to things that those who see it, and those who know. And what I mean by that is it has raised the level of toxicity so high in unhealed, hurt people. I said it. Because when you get down to the nitty gritty about all of this, what are we looking at? Now, we on this channel here have spoken. We have spoken about DV. We've spoken about the mentality and mindset that happens in DV situations. There were people that were over here riding and rocking out, who then all of the sudden, flipped out because she did what a lot of people did, which is went back to the person they were in a DV situation with. And a lot of these people themselves have done the same thing, the very same thing that she's done. Each and every one of us who are in the mid-30s to, I want to say, maybe about the 50s, early 50s, we were around for the era, the crack era, the first era that divided the Black family. For those of y'all who don't know me, allow me to introduce myself. While y'all know me as Henny, my name is Chari Lamone. I am an internationally accredited spiritual healer who specializes in chakra and Reiki healing. I am a scholar. I am a spiritualist who believes in God. I am a deep critical thinker, and an observer of life. I'm a seer when I allow my gift to come to the surface. That's who I am. I'm a motivational speaker and a spiritual teacher. Y'all just haven't seen that side of me yet. So when I speak on these things, I'm speaking of them on a level deeper than the surface. Many of us grew up with a parent that was on some type of substance, had some type of an addiction or a vice, which impaired their ability to be able to care for the people that they brought into this world. Chrisean comes from that world. Carlissa comes from that world. Many of us were either the children that were raised by our older siblings or were the older siblings raising our younger ones. I'm speaking about the dynamics of a family. A lot of us grew up in a single parent household where there was little to no supervision. And while these things may seem minor, they're major things that shape a mind of a child and shape their thinking, their decision making, and their outlook on the world. What we have all been bearing witness to for the past 3 years and change is two young people that were placed in a situation of single parenthood or addiction. Two people, three, excuse me, because we cannot forget about Jaydin, who had some type of gap within their life. And somewhere along their journey, they began to fill one another's gaps. But because all they have known is void or how to shove things down, lash out violently, because let's be honest here. For Chrisean, growing up in the streets of Baltimore with 12 siblings, you don't think that girl saw violence? Was in an environment of violence? And Blue, being a male in LA, even though he was playing sports, and Carlissa, by her own accounts, has done all that she could to try to keep him on the straight and narrow, somewhere along the line, he became a schoolyard. And most of the time, people who become gang affiliated are filling a void in their life. Now, this is not a knock to anybody. There is DV in the histories. He has watched his mama fight. Because Carlissa herself has admitted that she had some Power Ranger ways. Again, we are not knocking anyone. We are having a real adult conversation right now. We have two young people who have people around them that had inner traumas that were not dealt with, who had inner turmoils and pains that were not dealt with. That raised children. And you expect them to function at a high level. And obviously there was something lacking in Jaydin's household which we don't know too much about because Sion don't get on here and talk about Jaydin's upbringing, talk about her business or her life. We only know through the lens of Carlissa what happened, but we don't know firsthand account from Sion what happened. But obviously there was a lack in Jaydin's life. And while these three people have the internet in a chokehold and they have caused a division in these internet streets where if you like one, you can't like the other. And whether you be a Chrisean Rock supporter or fan, a Jaydin Alexxis supporter or fan, a Blueface supporter or fan, a Blueface hater, a Jaydin hater, or a Chrisean hater, what we are looking at is young people in their 20s that are trying to find their way through life in toxicity, in trauma bonds, who are still trying to motivate, figure out which way they're supposed to be going because they're not kids anymore and they're freshly adults. There's an expectation for everyone to have it all together and be perfect out there. But I want everyone to take a moment to look in the mirror and look at yourself. Then ask yourself, why do you resonate with a Jaydin Alexxis? Why do you resonate with a Blueface? Why do you resonate with a Chrisean Rock? Why do you resonate with a Carlissa, with a Whack 100? Because there's some people that could resonate with him too. And we ain't even got to him yet. If you're an older person, 35 and up, and you're looking at them and you're resonating with them, it's because you see something that is familiar to you in them. And you are responding one of two ways. Either you are A, drawn to them, or you are B, irritated by them because they're reminding you of something inside of you. They hitting a nerve inside of you, reminding you of something, of a space and time in your life. Everybody acts like who had children early, you had it all figured out the minute you pushed that baby out and the doctor put it in your arms and you went home. You just knew what to do. See, a lot of you felt like you knew what to do because you had raised your younger siblings, but it's different when it's yours, ain't it? A lot of people want to talk about the back and forth. We were rooting for you, Chrisean, and you went back. But what about those who were rooting for Jaydin and she went back? Where do we get this one is better than the other type of thing? Because obviously Blue's energy is very heavy to deal with. It's heavy to be around. It's heavy. Because shortly after Chrisean was explaining to be around him in that energy that he has, she had to be drunk. We started watching Jaydin become exactly what Chrisean was. Chrisean was always drunk. Jaydin was always drunk. Jaydin was a better parent outside of that household. Her image as a mom was being tainted because of the things that Blue was doing for clout. Now you have Chrisean has gone back. But no one had this energy when the other one went back. See, we got to look at why these girls keep going back and forth to this man. And why this man can't let neither one of them go. People always quick to talk about how he's apologized loudly to Jaydin in public and he's treating Jaydin better than he's treated Chrisean. Did he? Did he treat her better when he was still dealing with Chrisean behind her back? When after he asked Jaydin to marry him, he went and slept with Chrisean? Did he? When he left that lady in the house with his 2 kids to go be with Chrisean in the hotel, did he really treat her better? Or did he mask his BS and blind you too with the lavish gifts that he was giving her? Did he treat her better when whatever she saw, because you saw Chrisean had Jaydin phone, Jaydin had Chrisean phone, when she saw whatever she saw? Because remember, it was said she saw what she needed to see. Did you think about the pain and the trauma that she must have felt? Or better yet, did you think about the pain and the trauma that Chrisean must have felt when he put her out when she was pregnant and Jaydin was the one who was packing up her stuff to put her out? Did you think about the pain that he caused weaponizing these women against each other only to have children by the both of them? When now they are both the mothers of his children. And because of this division that is going on and that people continue to want to keep seeing, it is adding fuel and continuing a vicious cycle of toxicity and division within a family. Because whether you want to look at it like that or not, Junior, Javon, and Journey are family. They share the same father. And while everyone is out here picking a side, I started thinking to myself a little while ago as I was cleaning, why isn't anyone speaking up and saying enough is enough? All of you need to sit the hell down and figure something out, because this isn't about the 3 of you. There's 3 little people involved in this. And I am very disappointed in the fact that there are adults, very well-grown adults, involved in this situation who are talking about all of these children. Compared to us, they are children. Some of us that have platforms are old enough to be their parents, who are sitting up here talking about these children as if they are grown adults our age. You are expecting 20-something-year-old kids to have the wisdom and adult and the wisdom and knowledge and behaviors and mannerisms of 40, 45, 50-year-old people, when everyone seems to forget you had your own lessons to go through and you still got lessons that you're going through. See, I'm going to be honest. I forgot who I was for a second. I forgot about what my platform was about for a second. And I became just like the other pages out here. I forgot that Hennessy Reviews, this is where real life meets trending topics. This is where we talk about that real, that underlying surface stuff, the stuff that people don't see that's so deep inside of them. Y'all get them likes up. Now, we ain't making no excuses for nobody, but we gonna talk about the real over here. See, let me tell you something about what we see about Papa Blue. He brings, like I said in the video I did at the circus press box, he don't get up here, and I'm going to say this about Sion too. Sion and Papa Blue do not get up on this internet and talk about any of those kids or the issues that they have with them. They deal with that off the internet. Again, we not bashing. I'm just saying. Because I will say, and I know some of y'all ain't going to feel me on this, I will say this, I can understand the mindset of where Carlissa is saying, I'll embarrass you where you embarrass me at. Okay, because I'm one of those parents. If we in the supermarket and you cutting up and think you're going to throw yourself on that ground and embarrass me, I'm going to embarrass you where you stand and dare somebody to say something to me about it. So I can understand getting on the internet because the internet is where they're embarrassing her at to embarrass them, but there has to be a limit to that. Papa Blue and Sion do not deal with the things that go on the internet. Now he say his stuff in his comments, but he don't do viral videos. And you got to be paying attention to Papa Blue to even catch the stuff that he be saying half the time. Instead of folks getting up here, the adults in the situation, and saying, stop bullying these kids. Because I done seen the kids get bullied on both sides of the fence. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. I done seen the kids get bullied on both sides of the fence. So instead of somebody saying, listen, stop talking about the kids. We're not talking about the kids. No, you're not coming up on my live talking about the kids. No, you're not going to be down in these comments talking about one of these kids. Instead of the adults, instead of whack 100 getting on 100 side and saying, nah, you know what? We're not going to talk about none of the kids. We're not going to talk about them. Don't ask me about them. I can't tell you about any junior's medical records because I don't know. Now, instead of him getting up there and saying that, what do he do? Entertain it. Entertain it. Spread it. That is not what the adults should be doing. As one adult to another, I feel that that's not how this situation should be handled. And you got to think about how Jaydin, Blue, and Chrisean are looking in this situation. Who do they have to turn to that is solid, stable, to give them any type of sound advice in their life? Who do they have? We done talked about Chrisean family, and I'm talking about the adults. So I ain't even talking about people their age. I'm not even really talking about their siblings except for their adult siblings. And guess what? Chrisean's adult siblings are all the way in Baltimore. There's nobody right there in their face. Blue got Whack and Bodine. Tuh. Now Jaydin got her mama. And I believe that's who's kind of like co-captaining, who's playing co-captain, excuse me, behind the scenes with Jaydin, because she probably talking to her. But now where does that leave Chrisean and Blue? They got Papa Blueface. And that's it. Carlissa, she did a live yesterday. And she said on that live, she said that she don't want to get up there and talk about anything that was being talked about because she don't know nothing about what's going on in Jaydin's womb. And she don't want to get up there and talk about nothing. Thank you for the Cash App. She don't want to talk about nothing. Thank you for the Cash App. Because it's going to stop her from seeing her grandbabies. I hope she stands true on that. I hope she holds fast to that. But she also said until they get mad at me again. Thank you for the Cash App. Let me turn my volume up so y'all don't think that I'm just saying that. So if you hear, whatever, because I'm not just saying that. Now, I will admit, there are some times when she be saying things and I be like, damn, I wish that she could sit down and talk to these kids, in a level space. Happy 3-month anniversary, Ari Mack. Ari Mack said, but she'll be quick to spread lies about Chrisean. She's spreading lies about all of them, Ari. We can't be biased in this conversation because she's spreading them on everybody. She's talking about Jaydin and spreading stuff on Jaydin. She's talking about Chrisean and spreading stuff on Chrisean. But she don't hold Blue accountable. And that's a fact. Because when he took the baby, she did not address that publicly and say, or even go over there and say, son, now you know this has gone too far. This is too much. This has to stop. Instead, the next day she tells Jaydin how she let the quote unquote Power Ranger come over there and get her to trash up the house and leave her man. Oh, y'all didn't hear that one. Thank you for the Cash App. There you go. Thank you for the Cash App. That was a time to have a conversation with him because enough was enough. If him posting that picture wasn't enough, that was the point of a breaking point. There's been a lot of toxic shit that done happened between these three. Now I'm hoping that when he comes home, he done had a minute to sit down and really get his head on straight, because let's call a thing a thing. Blue is not dumb by a long shot. Okay, he does have a good head on his shoulders, especially when it comes to a business sense. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Is there a possibility that this could all be for business on both ends? It is a possibility. But the way that that man was crashing out over that girl, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's too much, too deep, too far. They need some type of therapy and healing, because we are watching unhealed, hurt people operate in dysfunction and corrupt other unhealed, hurt people. Why is the internet so divided? I get it. There are people that have invested time and energy and emotions into this thing, and that were truly rooting for Chrisean to be done with Blue. And we all thought that she was done with him. And we all damn near passed out when she said free Blueface and she was back with him. And we all damn near hit the grave when we seen her tattoo his face on her face. But baby, if this is not telling you that that girl is screaming out for love, thank you for the Cash App. I'll be reacting to all of them to let you know I got them when I get off. But I also don't want to say y'all names no more, because it's nobody business who's giving. And what we are looking at is a young man who has experienced something that he didn't know before. He didn't know what it was to have someone dote over you and be affectionate with you and show you new ways of getting money. Look at what just happened. Chrisean been getting money off of Snapchat. Now he up on Snapchat. She's showing him how to get a bag. She's been showing him how to get a bag by himself since they met each other. She may not have known how to set it up business-wise, but she's been showing him how to get a bag. Clearly, she got a good business sense, and she ain't as dumb as Whack 100 say she is, which we all know she ain't. Business-wise, they make perfect sense. They are the couple that everyone loves and loves to hate. But it is my hope that Papa Blueface is able to bring some balance and some stability into this thing, this triangle. Because we all know that Blue is going to be bouncing back and forth because he got to see his kids. He's going to need some type of guidance on how to do this. Not somebody pushing him to be with one and not the other. He needs someone that is going to show him how to do this as a father, and his father is right there. Let's hope that he can reach him. Now, I'm going to open up the stage, and I'm going to let a couple of y'all up here to speak your minds up on this topic, because this is something that is worth discussing. Because instead of us getting up here, dragging and popping it and doing all the stuff that be, instead of doing all of that, solution-based. And I also want to say, shout out to the Henny Gang, to y'all, because I've been looking at what she been picking up what she been putting down, okay? 3 reasons to upgrade from your dirty old Lufa. And what she's been putting down when she's posting her gifts. I'm seeing a lot of Henny Gang names that I know are Henny Gang names on them gift cards. And a lot of y'all have been letting me know that y'all have been sending her stuff. See, this is what I mean, to be part of the solution instead of harping on the problem. If you feel that the baby should be doing this and doing that, and he ain't doing this and his motor skills that, why you not sending some motor skill toys? Why you not sending stuff that would help with the situation? Oh, he's 7 months and he's not doing this and he's not doing that. Meanwhile, she just posted a video of him sitting up, alert, turning his head. Earlier today, we seen him on his belly having tummy time with his head up and his feet up like he was getting ready to do something. We've been watching that baby lift his head since he was a baby. And she was reading the Bible to him, and he was trying to sit up, and he was barely a month old. What's popping, Kimmy B? Y'all want to
come? Girl.
The link is pinned to the top of the comments. What you like to say about this?
It's gonna be far-fetched, right? I'm gonna reach for it. And some people can do a term in jail and they change. I know a couple people did their little bit. Of course, it's longer than what Blue gonna do, but they can change. I think for starters, all the adults, if you don't have anything positive to say about him and Chrisean's situation, they need to stay out of it. They need to let it play out. A lot of the toxicity, I believe, comes from everybody in his ear telling him about her and all of this about her, and it gets him riled up, and now he lashes out at her. Absolutely. He loves Chrisean. He knows Chrisean didn't cheat on him. He knows that Junior is his kid. But you got Whack 100, you got Bodine, you got Carlissa, all because you don't like it. It's not for you to like, it's for him to like, it's for him to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If he allows them to intervene, him and Rock is not gonna work. Period. Hopefully, Papa Blue can navigate through this being, you know, Carlissa X, moving on, migrating, blending families, can walk him through this.
But you would think that Carlissa would be willing to sit down and help him to figure out how to maintain a blended family, because she has a blended family herself. See, that's the problem that I have, is that she sits on a lot of wisdom, but instead of us knowing that that wisdom is being shared, that wisdom is being given out, instead of being privy to those types of things, because she's putting everything on Sysox,
Mm-hmm.
we're not being privy to those types of conversations. What we're being privy to is seeing her doing more of the same, which is what everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But Carlisha operates through emotions.
And from a space of hurt. Because I know
Exactly.
people don't people really are fed up with a lot of the stuff that she do. And again, it's not making excuses. It's calling a thing and a spade a spade. A truth could
Mm-hmm.
never be a diss.
Mm-hmm.
Alyssa is a hurt, scorned woman.
Mm-hmm.
Life has hurt her. Her being out there having to raise her children by herself is enough to hurt any woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's enough to
Get in line.
traumatize you, let
Get in
alone
line.
everything else.
Yeah, get in line. She's not the only woman though. You know,
Right.
a lot of us out here have done it. A lot of us have been in Chrisean shoes. The same ones that comment, the same ones still commenting. The
Mm-hmm.
only difference is their life is played out in the public. But truth be told, nobody's better than her. We've all dealt with that. And ain't nobody gonna tell me they never had to deal with a man that cheated on them and go back and gave them a second chance. If not a
Or
third, if not a fourth.
or was in a DV situation themselves and ran back and forth multiple times. The statistics say that a person attempts to leave their DV person or DV situation 10 times before they actually leave.
Me and my brother were kids of a DV relationship growing up. You know what I'm saying? For a long time. Until me and my brother were bold enough to help my mom fight my brother, fight my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it drew the line because he realized these kids are not going to tolerate this. So he stopped. But by then we were entering our teens.
Yeah.
So he had no choice. My mom never left my dad. Some people never leave.
And
I
that's
think Carlissa is upset that she wanted the life Chrisean has with her son. She
mm-hmm.
wanted a man. She was out there trying to find this superstar, whatever, and she never did. And now this gutter sniper come and she get my son and make my son fall in love with her. And she tricking him. And she not tricking him.
Here's the thing. Carlissa was chasing that Hollywood dream out there in Hollywood for a long time. And to watch this girl come from nowhere and get up under her son and reap the benefits is how she's looking at it. Like now you got to look at it. There's a lot, just like there's people that can relate to Chrisean. There's people that actually relate to Carlissa, and I've dealt with some
Mm-hmm.
toxic mamas. Okay, and I could tell you the way she looking at this, she looking at it like I done poured all into this boy. I done had my hand in this, that, and the third, and here come this girl from nowhere up in here living off of my family's legacy.
Yeah, but
Oh
she
no,
forget Chrisean didn't ruin their family.
no. And
He
here's
kicked
the thing.
Callie and her out and pushed Callie down the stairs and bopped her a time or two, and Chrisean wasn't nowhere around. So don't
Exactly.
blame that toxicity that he has, that trait he has on Chrisean.
Just like he was cheating on Jaydin way before Chrisean ever came along.
Exactly.
I want to welcome Cat Eyes and Rochelle up to the stage.
Cat eyes.
Hey,
Hello.
hey, y'all. Hey, sis. Hey, sisters. I told you, sis. I said I want to talk.
I know.
I want to get up here and talk. I agree with everything that sis said. When you said that everybody wants to hate this girl, everybody just wants to hate her. And you seen me in your circus box arguing with someone. Then I finally just said, okay, let's agree to disagree. And I was like, and you have a blessed day because I'm not going to, you can't make me hate someone I don't want to hate. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm not that type of person, so I'm not gonna do that. I don't care who Chrisean chooses to be with. If I'm gonna support her, I'm gonna support her through it all.
Mhm.
And I don't like people that feel like you're supposed to choose sides. If they don't like somebody, you don't supposed to like them too. I don't like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever you and that person got going on, they ain't did nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? So what
We
I'm gonna
don't
go on
know.
that side for?
We only know what we've seen through the computer screens, the phone screens, on the internet. That's all we know. We don't know these people
Exactly.
personally for us to have a
Exactly.
stake in that. I mean, I understand. I've said to y'all before, I don't dislike anybody in the circus except for Whack 100. I do not like
Mhm.
Whack because of the way he moved through the whole no, let me rephrase that. I can't stand him because of the way he moved outside the circus and inside the circus. With Carlissa, I don't like some of the things that she do, but that's just like people anywhere, even people in
Mhm.
your family, even your children. Your children probably have ways that you don't like, but that doesn't
Mhm.
mean that you hate them or any of that. With Jaydin, I don't like when she do that sneaky stuff that she do when she throw the rock and
Mhm.
hide her hand. See, now that's the stuff
Exactly.
that I don't like. Other than that, I actually have empathy for that girl because that girl has dealt with Blue longer than Chrisean. But
Mhm.
everybody
Correct.
recognizes the relationship between Blueface and Chrisean and makes it seem like Chrisean is this big monster that just came in and huffed and puffed and blew our house down. Your house was already in shambles before any of this.
Mhm.
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 Yeah, he was already a stanky leg. He's a stanky leg, and I don't like stanky leg dudes. I mean, since I call him stanky leg, that's my name for him. He's stanky leg, and I'm with you on the wax situation too. I can't stand Lack No 100 because he keeps stuff going, and I really do think, sis, that he is in that boy's ear, and a
Mhm.
lot of things that that boy does.
Exactly.
I think he leads
Exactly.
him to do these things because that boy, everybody can tell he's not like a person that's he's so smart to where he can't be led by someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like that when they're
Mhm.
wrong. You can tell that when they're alone,
It's
all Black
different.
No 100 does is talk bad about Chrisean. What I don't like
Mhm.
about Blueface is that I mean when people talk down on her, he doesn't speak up for her like he does Jaden. I don't like that
Right.
because if
I
she was
just think
good
he
enough for
only
you to,
does that with Jaden is because he's trying to prove something. I don't think
yeah,
he's really like it's for show. And it was just to get under Krishan's skin.
Mhm.
yeah,
He all of that is for show.
yeah,
It's
because
just not authentic.
he never speaks up for Krishan. Even and I'm with you on that, sis, on your video when you say he owes his baby Krishan Jr. an apology because you started the hate train, Blue. You are the one who's going to end it. You started it on Krishan
Hmm.
as well. You're the one that can end all this stuff.
Well,
And she,
I sure DM'd him on Snapchat and told him it's about time you address the hate for Junior, especially from those that are closest to you.
Mhm.
yeah,
And I
Um.
because
surely did.
he started the hate train when he posted that picture.
Yep.
And you know what? Twitter still hasn't taken that picture down. I don't understand.
They have taken it. Well, he had to take that down off of his page, but I don't understand why it's still being allowed to circulate around.
Right.
I don't even understand why people still have that in their archive.
Because
Right.
they pervs.
Yes, because who wants to look at a newborn's, going through that type of pain? I could imagine what type of pain that baby was
But see,
going through.
that's just
So
the
who wants to
truth.
constantly relive it over and over and over again?
But
That's sick to me.
let's kill that narrative though, sis. because when you look
Mm-hmm.
up the type of hernia that he had, it's not painful, but it can get worse. If it stays, too long, it can get worse. And then it can become painful because then the tissue that's poking out can become stuck. And that's when it becomes painful. But the hernia itself is not painful. Think about a baby when their belly button is sticking all the way. I done seen babies with hernia so big in their belly buttons, it looked like a male member part sitting in the middle of their stomach. And when you
Mm-hmm.
push on it, it's soft, it's squishy, and it goes in. Like one of my kids had a hernia in the
Yeah.
belly button, and my grandma had me put a quarter or half a dollar, one
A
It
and a
was
half
a
half a
half a
dollar,
dollar.
tape
They
it
call it,
on.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they call it a bow dollar.
sit
I
down.
had to do that with my all three of my kids because all
Right.
of them they cried and it stuck their bellies out. That's what happened. So you're right, sis. That's right. But I was saying it's painful to see. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it
That
is.
happened to a
Very,
baby. I know that it doesn't pain him unless it goes left like you're talking about. But that I just really want him to stand up and be a man and stop being led by lack no hundred.
and see, even when
Exactly.
we go back to that, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let Rochelle talk because Rochelle just been patient. Um, even in that situation, none of the adults said anything. All of the adults sided and made excuses for him on the internet. And I'm going to say on the internet because we don't know what was said behind the scenes. But nobody said, well, Blue, you started that whole disagreement between you and Chrisean when you got up there on Adam 22. He got on Adam 22. I haven't played it before. And he said the baby has a little hernia, it's nothing major. He had to have a little surgery or whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's what he said. It wasn't a big deal. But Chrisean didn't want nobody knowing anything about the baby because Chrisean knew the minute that people heard that there was something wrong with that baby, she knew this was going to happen. So she was pissed about him speaking on it. And instead of him manning up, instead of somebody telling him, nah, now you was wrong for mentioning that online because you already know what's about to happen. What happened? Carlissa was sitting up talking about she was at the gas station all night waiting for Chrisean to call her. Why would she call you, Carlissa? She ain't been calling you. Y'all ain't amend. Y'all ain't mend and heal during the time that she was pregnant to where y'all could have had that type of relationship where she could have leaned on you. And you would think that that would have been a time that she would have been able to mend and heal the relationship between the two of them. Because in that situation, I'm going to just be honest with y'all. Carlissa was wrong for throwing things, and Chrisean was wrong for hitting her. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
And Blue was wrong for telling
Blue
Krishan to hit
was
him.
wrong exactly for putting the hit out on it. So everybody in that situation holds an ounce of accountability. But now, when you get down to a level of respect, right? Carlissa, you disrespected that girl throwing stuff at her. You're not her mama. You can throw stuff at Callie, at Dre, and at Blue all you want to, and maybe even Jaydin. But you throwing stuff at this girl, and at that point, you were still building a bond with her. So the disrespect came in at that point in time. And guess what? Blue said when he was on there with Sharp, he acknowledged my mom was wrong. And I hold court
Yeah.
on everybody. And so I told her, if you throw it again, I'm gonna let her get at you. She threw a glass jar at Chrisean, and I said, okay, Rock, get her. Because at that point, you got to think she had already thrown not one, not two things. She had already thrown two things at that girl. She done threw another one at that girl. How long do you think somebody is supposed to stand there and allow you to disrespect them at the same time? So when I say everybody holds a level of accountability, that's what I mean by everybody holds a level of accountability. But where the level of disrespect was shown was right there. You threw
Right.
something the first time and got away with it. You threw something the second time and got away with it. And then he tells you, and she admitted that when he told her that, she said, oh, yeah, and threw it again. So now you testing your son gangster and testing this girl's resilience and patience, and you throwing things at her. Now she done jumped on you. Now you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not justifying it, but come on now. We all have been in the streets on some level, and you know good and damn well you don't get to throw nothing at people but so much before they come and bop you upside your.
That's right.
But hey, Rochelle, what's popping?
Hey,
Hey,
Henny.
Rochelle, sis.
Hey, everybody. Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me. And Henny, I just want to, if I could bow to you, I would, because I love the way that you don't take no sides. You on the right side. You know, whoever wrong, they wrong. If they right, they right. I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just a little nervous
It's okay.
because because
We
I've been
family,
wanting.
girl.
Thank you, because I've been watching. I just been watching. And I choose who I want to come in on. Now I'm here, so thank you.
You
But
welcome.
the thing is, Blueface, he when he told his mom that when he told Chrisean to get her, if they notice in the interview, he also said he thought his mom could handle her.
Right.
He thought his mom was gonna, because Carlissa come from wow. Before she was introduced to us on the internet, she
Mm-hmm.
been watching reality TV. She been in a while. Did y'all see her and her sister on the interview together on the IG together?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
her sister,
She's
her
been
baby,
wild.
she been wild. Her baby sister said made her sit in a pile of ants. That's some devious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so Blueface kind of thought his mom was gonna handle Chrisean. I don't think he thought that his mom was gonna get it like she got it. So he was
Right.
gonna let he's immature. I know we want him to be bigger. But look where he came from. It's hard in these young kids. They in the lost generation, and then they been
Yes.
introduced to all this money. So
Mm-hmm.
and then somebody like Whack 100 being a male role model in his life, that guy, that
It's
guy
doomed.
is truly the problem. We could look at Blue, we could blame him a lot. He do know better. And also I want to say, if y'all notice, Chrisean can't be in his house if he didn't want him to. True, she helped rise him up, but he was still famous. He famous enough where he could have nothing to do with her if he didn't want this to
Exactly.
go on as long as it was with Chrisean, she wouldn't be around. He could have security, he could have everything, block her completely out. But
Mm-hmm.
I think he want the baby at his house. That's his way of making up so that he could say his famous baby, because he said it. This is a famous baby
Mm-hmm.
to grow up in his house. So at least when it come down to it, and Junior come at him and say, "Why you do me like that? Why you do my mama like that?" His narcissist brain want to be able to say, "No, son, I put you in the house. I got you away from your ghetto mom and her ghetto family. So I wanted you at my house so you could be raised at my house like my other kids was too." He also protected Chrisean from beating up Jaydin because he know what Chrisean will do. So that's why just Chrisean said he not gonna let me get her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she was more worried about if she did get her, what he gonna do. She not worried about what Jaydin gonna do. She worried about if she get Jaydin, what Blue was gonna do. I just got so many things back and forth, but I know how to just still sit back and humble and listen because he Aquarius, I'm a Aquarius. Y'all don't judge me because I'm Aquarius, and I got two
I'm
boys that's
Aquarius
Aquarius.
too, girl.
We're not
But okay,
judging.
we women, it's a little
Right.
different.
The women
It's
is
a little
different.
different with the men.
That's like the Sagittarius. The men, I mean, us women can be something, but the men,
The
whoo,
Ooh,
men.
some of
okay,
the
Ooh.
men. But I
okay.
want to respond to this. Betty Boo Boo said, actually, he and Carlissa took credit for him putting Junior's business out there, and that's the reason she took him to the doctor, which was a lie. She had been handling her business behind the scenes. Now, I want to say this. When he got, I can't remember which interview it was, but he flip flopped in the interviews. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was when he was on Jason Lee, he said that Chrisean was moved by the internet. But when he was on Adam 22, he said she's not moved by the internet. But I want
Mm-hmm.
everybody to use some common sense
Mhm.
and think about this. When you're having a surgical procedure, you cannot call and say, I'd like to have that procedure done. It's Monday. I'd like to have that procedure done on Friday.
Exactly.
The doctor has to be available and at the hospital during that time. Not only does the doctor have to be available and at the hospital in order to do the procedure, the doctor has to also be available for the follow up the next day or however long you're going to be in the hospital. They have to be available for that time. And they have to make sure that the operating room is going to be
Exactly.
available for them during that time frame. How do I know? I just had surgery.
The
Yeah.
anesthesiologist.
Exactly. They got to have a
Yeah.
whole team ready to go for that day. Not only that, everybody has to be prepped. You got to think about it. Junior was a newborn. He was still considered a newborn when he had that surgery. And I also want to say this because I seen this floating around saying that Junior needed more than one surgery. Blue also got up there on Adam 22 when it was just him, Wack, and Adam. When he told the story, no, actually, it was him, Wack, and Jaydin. He
Mhm.
got up in that interview and he said in that interview, when Adam 22 asked him about the hernia, he said, "It's perfect. Everything is done."
Yep.
Now, so for people to be running around talking about he needed more than one surgery, I don't know where they got that from because that is not accurate information. And that's the problem that I'm also having out here is that people are out here spreading false information and it's just running rampant and wild, which makes me think that a lot of these people who are starting this stuff, some of them may be young adults, but it's kids that's carrying it, or it's people that just have lack of life wisdom because they're not using common sense to think. She was going back and forth to Baltimore because she was doing follow-up appointments with the
Mhm.
pediatric surgeon who did Junior's surgery.
Yes.
And sis, you remember when she showed us on the video that she made when he was getting his surgery, she asked the doctor, "Is there anything
Yes,
wrong with the baby?" The doctor said, "No, he's a perfectly healthy baby." Now that's what I
Right.
heard.
if there
Yes.
were anything wrong with him, I believe she said GBI. I don't know if that's the initials. I don't know, but she said basically the hospital that she had the baby at would have let her know before she left the hospital if
Yeah,
Right.
there was something wrong with the baby. Now, if
I
you
agree.
think for a moment that that baby has Downs, that the baby has fetal alcohol syndrome, you think doctors don't see signs of that?
Right.
right.
Exactly.
And
There's
nowadays,
nothing
I
wrong.
think that they automatically do talk screen on these babies.
Yes, they do.
Hmm.
So if there was
And
any drugs in the system, that would have been
they would
known
have
right
took the
away.
baby. The baby, she would have
Exactly.
had a problem getting the baby in the first place. And I think too, also, sis, I think that
Baby
a
them.
lot of these people that are speaking on Chrisean and Blue, I think some of them are not even young adults. I think they are teenagers because
Mm,
anybody can be on internet right now.
right.
Hmm.
And I
So
think
I
they
mean,
whack minions. Whack is sending people to say and do stuff.
Wax an
Child.
right,
evil soul.
You ain't never lied about that because it ain't nothing for people to infiltrate chats. It ain't nothing for people to infiltrate posts. It ain't nothing for any of that because we've even seen proof where Bodine has said stuff. I've seen proof, and I just haven't said nothing because when people send me stuff like that in the inbox, unless they say that I can share, I don't share. But people have sent me text message proofs of where Bodine is talking about Chrisean like a dog, and then I have heard some of the things that I've seen in text messages that were sent to me out there circulating in the hate pages. So either you saying it to them or you creating the narratives for them.
Hmm.
One of the
and
two.
I don't like that.
And
That
that's
goes back to what I was saying, sis, about Blue need to speak up. He do because these are
Hmm.
your people that's doing the hate train, keeping it
Exactly.
going and everything. This is the people that that's doing this to
Hmm.
your baby mama. So when somebody says, I would never tell you, sis, that a man loves you, no matter if you want to hear it or not, when he allows so many harmful and evil things to happen to you. I
and
would be the girl on the side of you telling you need to kick that nigga ass to the curb. Whenever I'm around, I will be ready to whoop his ass for you. I'm sorry for saying it, but I mean it. I would not be no. I wouldn't I can't support it.
But cat ass, remember, even Mars say that's not Blue. What Blue
Thank you.
portray on the internet, that's not really him. He's not like that behind the scenes.
Yes.
Jaden said the same thing too.
And
And
Jaden said the
Carlissa
same
has said
thing.
the same thing too. People have said that multiple times that what you are seeing on the screen is not who he is off the camera.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Carlissa kids got EBD. They have emotional behavior disorders. And
Mm.
that
Mhm.
comes from her. So either they're at a high level of being happy or a high level of being depressed. And when they're activated, they activated.
Mhm.
They're driven by this money. It is so many things. I think behind the scenes, Blue is a loving, caring person. And we've seen
Yeah.
that with him and Chrisean. That's
Mhm.
what keep a person going. And he's probably like that with her family too. Y'all, something else. That restaurant they keep talking about and want to get it going. If y'all notice, when Chrisean said that she was gonna open one with her sister, Blue said he was gonna open, they was gonna try to put the sister together with
Mhm.
Blue Restaurant. When
Mhm.
they talking in codes, they talking in riddle, but the
Mm.
whole time they're dealing with each other. It's just the way that they have to put this stuff out here to keep the internet going. And Whack is a big problem when it comes to the evilness. He don't
Mhm.
care. He keep it out there, keep it out there. Yeah, say this, say that. He got body, he got so much going on where he is the person that's sprinkling all the evilness. Him and Carlissa.
Well,
Mhm.
we
Mm-hmm.
sat up there and we done basically heard him say when Blue was talking about when he took Junior from the house, when he took Junior out his bed with no clothes on in the middle of the night. Okay, we heard Blue saying, my son, he wasn't looking like a blue faced baby, my son, my son.
Mhm.
Soon as Wack got up on that live with him, what he say? We don't know who baby that is. Remember, we don't
Right.
know who baby that
Right.
is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he intimidates Blue, like he
Yes,
holding something over Blue head.
But see,
he
my thing
is.
Yes.
is that is you not even thinking properly because you trying to get this man to get up here on this world wide web and tell people that that ain't his baby. Well, then that means that if
Mhm.
he gets up here and says that ain't his baby, then it's kidnapping. It's not child theft. Because remember, I looked all of that up online. What
Exactly.
happened in
Exactly.
California when a parent takes a child, it's not kidnapping, it's called child theft in the state of California. So that means that you would have set him up for a kidnapping charge.
Charge.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So you're
yeah.
not even thinking your hatred is blinding you to even common sense. And even Carlissa had to jump on and say, now whack 100.
Mm-hmm.
Now he was out there fighting to get Junior and save baby Jesus. And she had to clean that up
She cleaned it up.
because whack, you talking dumb right now.
And they put in the Google, he has 3 kids now. It used to didn't
Yes.
say that.
No, didn't. It didn't.
Yeah.
So somebody changed it.
Yeah, he allowed it. He approved that.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
All of us have to wait until he comes home to truly see what the intentions are. Is there a
Right.
possibility that this could be just them filming for show, the way that Bonnie and Jessica are saying? It very well could be that this is all just for a show for them. But
Mhm.
again, I go back to the way that he was behaving, how out of control he was when
Mm-hmm.
Krishan
That
was
wasn't for no
stepping
show.
out. She was stepping out with K Suave. Because even after that fight they had, she left him in the house and
Exactly.
went to K Suave's house. She ain't never did that to him before. And when she covered that tattoo, do y'all remember when she was like, oh man,
Mhm. She knew
knew,
what was gonna happen.
she knew. And I think we all knew.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he about to
Mhm.
have a fit. She done covered it up. Yes. But he about to have a fit. But we didn't realize just how out of control he
Control
was
he
in the
was.
spiral.
Right.
Mhm.
And
And
y'all
Chris,
remember a long
Mhm.
time ago before his mouth started twisting to the side. Remember, I did a video. I was like, what is wrong with Blueface? Something wrong with him. He off right now. Something is
mm-hmm.
wrong with him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I
Mhm.
noticed he was crashing out right before our very eyes. So when people start talking the stuff that they are talking, you got to go back and check the records because the records say, survey says, ding, that man flipped his script.
He flipped. He lost
Mhm.
control. He lost control.
But
And
they don't
Krishan,
seem to remember that though. That just flies right over their heads, and they
yeah,
don't
that's
even have the common sense to see like when your baby daddy lost his shit on you when you was dealing with it. That's the same thing.
mm-hmm. And that looks like X Pill and Lean.
Hmm.
That don't look like
That's
just
probably what he was sipping in that cup.
yeah.
Mhm.
And he knew he
And
was
he
getting
was
ready to
crying at
go.
that game, y'all. He was crying over Chrisean. He wasn't crying talking about some, you my only friend with his son. His
I
was
don't
crying
know. I
over
like to believe
Chrisean.
that that's what he was crying about, only because it makes my heart smile because he was being so evil at that point in time.
Yes,
Yes, he was
yes.
crying over Chrisean, girl. He was
And
crying.
and Chrisean is way smarter than what people give her credit for, and she pulls at his
Mhm.
strings, and that's what he
Mhm.
can't take. He can't take the way that she know how to get him. She get him back. She got that Kevin on her arm too because he's sitting there with that big Jaydin. He got Jaydin after Jaydin had the baby. Chrisean looking like, where my name? Okay, well, you want to do that? I'm gonna do that. But like I said, when she got that tattoo covered, she was ready to take the knife to his throat.
I honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know some people might be upset with me when I say this, but this is just me speaking
Mm-mm.
how I see it.
Mhm.
I do believe that that whole K swab thing was just to get underneath his skin and to
It
show him
was.
that I
I'm
can
with you on it. Ain't nobody mad at you because
It
that's what it
do
was.
it was.
without you. Somebody else will want me. Okay. Because you also got to think when she was on her way to that 20v1 or that 10v1 that day when that
Called her.
Pum Pum situation happened. Remember, she went and she said to us, why dudes want to get on the phone and act this way when they locked up, but it wasn't that way when they was home. And this, oh, I was about to ask you to be my
Mhm.
girlfriend. And she was going
Yeah.
on about her business. And her and Kevin were not together then.
Nope.
I'm gonna tell you
Mhm.
something. Her and Blue, they had slept together because we seen the footage. She leaked the footage from Vegas. So they had already slept together. But you see, y'all forget she said, I'm dealing with him on my terms.
My
Yes.
terms.
In that closet when she was talking about how Junior got his granddaddy downstairs and his grandparents in Baltimore, and it's sad that he's not gonna get to know you, Carlissa. She said, my mother told me, stop focusing on him, focus on you, get
You.
your stuff
Mhm.
together and deal with him on your terms. And she was dealing with him on her terms.
On
Now,
her
I'm
Mhm.
not
terms.
going to sit here and say to you that I am rah rah shishkumba that she is back with him. I'm not. Y'all know I'm not. I said I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. But this, that girl's life. I can't do nothing about it.
Yes.
That's not my daughter. That's not my niece. That's not my cousin. That's just somebody that I have watched for a very long time, that I have grown to care about through the screen, this person, because I
Yes.
understand the plights of all three of them, of
Yes.
Chrisean, of Jaydin, of Blue. You know why?
Yes.
Because I can see where in my life experiences, I've been a combination of both young ladies and I've dealt with dudes like Blue. So I know what the situation is. I know when I say I'm rooting for her to gain the wisdom. But in the meantime, before she can gain that wisdom and come out of this situation or the situation take a turn for the better, I'm rooting for her to gain the wisdom. That's all
Yes.
I'm doing when I say that. That's all I'm doing. I'm even rooting quiet as kept. I'm rooting for Jaydin to gain the wisdom because I really would like to see both of these women heal,
Yes.
go
Both
up
of them.
because both of them have potential to go up. When I seen them in the car together, I said, now this is what I'm talking about right here.
Yes.
Right.
Jaden's
I
holding
remember that video.
Javon and Journey and all. This is what I'm talking about right here. Why can't we work on that right there? Because why do we have to always in the black community? And yes, I'm gonna go here for a second. Why do
Go
we
there.
always have to show division? Why do baby mamas always have to feud and fight? Why can't they ever find a
Baby.
common ground? Why can't somebody say, you know what? I ain't even fighting with you over this dude.
We family.
Mhm.
Exactly, because y'all are family. It is the kids that bind y'all as a family. So why we all can't come to a common ground?
Yes.
You said it in the black community.
But why
Crabs
do
in a
we
bucket.
have to do that? Why do we gotta be like this?
Yep.
And why do the adults in this situation continue to push that? Because if you notice, the adults are divided. Jaydin it has Bodine rooting for her, and she got Carlissa, even though Carlissa talking about, oh, they one and the same. Carlissa
Mm-mm.
has a bond with Jaydin because Jaydin was around for so long, so she feels like she raised her.
Yep. And
So she
cause
is on that side of things.
and
Okay.
she
And Wack don't like neither one of them.
he don't like neither one of them.
Yeah, because you heard how he was speaking to Blue on the phone. He was like, "What you need to be worried about is getting Jaden." I was like, "See, that's how he does. I believe he talks in that young man's ear like that all the
Mhm.
time about
Blue will
those
act like
women."
Mhm.
he listening to him because Wack got so much over him when it comes to
Yeah.
owing him. Because he
Yeah.
got Blue out of so many situations that
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
beyond out of control.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Chrisean is a savage. That's why I want people to know she come from where you gotta scrape and scrap. She raised by her sisters and brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's smarter than what people allow. When I say that is because I'm happy for her to be happy. And her being with Blue makes her happy.
Happy,
And
exactly.
so because I love her, that makes me happy. And I don't hate him. I miss him. But at the same time, I know that he is a tore up man. He's a tore up young man. He's lost. So he
I
don't
don't miss Blue. I just miss his content.
and that's
I
the thing.
don't either,
I'm just,
sis.
I'm
I
just
feel
I
telling you,
miss him
sorry
for
for
I
him,
Chrisean.
just miss,
actually.
I just miss his content. That's all.
There
I
you
just
go.
miss
That's
his
a better
content.
word for me to put it. Thank you.
I heard
Yeah.
his voice. I heard his voice, and I was like, "Oh, Blue."
Now I will say this: there was a lot of y'all, and yes, I'm saying y'all because
Okay.
y'all. Okay, fuck it. I was in there too. All right, that wanted to see him go to Click City for a little while.
Yep.
Yep.
Here's the thing.
I
Here's
know I
Go sit
did.
down.
because I remember I got on live. I said, "Oh, he
Yeah.
gone to Click City."
City.
Yes.
And
Okay.
that's because we
But
want to take him away from her too. Let
but
her
I'm
get
gonna
some
say
Exactly.
space from
this.
that.
I'm gonna say this. The reason why is because I didn't honestly, I didn't want to see him go to jail. I was really hoping that they could have got him into some type of rehab because he was on something,
Yeah.
regardless of whether anybody wants to admit it or not. Come
He
on now.
was.
Come on now.
He
Either
was.
you yourself was doing some booger sugar. Okay. If you in your 40s, you probably did some booger sugar when you was coming up. So you or somebody around you did. So you know
Right.
what the booger sugar
You
effects
know
are
what that
because
looked
that was
like.
the party thing. Okay. We had the booger sugar, then we had the E's, and then we had the X, and then we had the Molly.
There
Okay.
you go.
Let's
Hmm.
act
And
like
they got perk. He probably was doing perk and lean.
He
okay.
was doing all of
So
that.
so there was something. We were all tired. Like he was driving us crazy. We knew at 4 a.m., 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Blue was
Exactly.
going to start his crap. We weren't getting any sleep. We couldn't
Mm.
rest on the lot. We couldn't go down the timeline without this man doing something. He was driving us crazy. But what did he say to us? He said he was going to torture us every time she wasn't talking to him.
And he sure did.
He
He
sure.
sure did. But they
And he
miss
would
all of that
Out of
though.
us.
and he
So
made
They
that.
miss all of that. That went over everybody's head, and they just like, "Oh, she running behind him. Oh, no." It's the
That wasn't acting
opposite.
either. That wasn't acting. And that's what Carlissa
No.
hate because she wanted somebody to feel for her the way Blue feel for Chrisean. Because she always
mhm.
want to put herself in Chrisean's shoes. So when it comes to her son, she knew he loved that girl.
He said demon time.
He
Yeah, and
was
he knew
on
he was
demon
going to
time.
jail.
He
So he
was.
really bucked out. And Chrisean was getting them. Chrisean was getting them. They set all them, her and Kevin, all that stuff up. But Chrisean took it to the next level. She do everything like that. Oh, this what you
Hmm.
want to do? And that's why she ain't put that baby in his name. She ain't stupid because they going to try to take the baby.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why she ain't
Yeah.
gonna keep trying to prove to everybody. She know Blue know, and she know that's his baby. But if she put it down on
Ah,
paper during this time, they would have took that baby from her. And she ain't crazy when it came to that.
Hmm.
Danielle said, "Hey Siri, play Melanie Fiona 4 a.m."
Then did y'all
Yeah,
see him when
because
he
he
was
serious
riding with
as
his
long as I'm talking
grandma?
about why his kid ain't got no parent at 4 in the morning. You his parent? I mean, what are you gonna do? What's wrong with you?
Then y'all seen when he was riding with his grandma, Carlissa's mom. He had been crying. Somebody had to come get him that he trusted. They
Hmm.
don't trust Carlissa because Carlissa is devious.
She'll put it all out there. She'll tell all his business. She
Man,
know.
She
Oh,
listen,
you ain't.
Carlisa
That
would have
time
went
you was crying, and I
live.
had to pick you up.
Yeah,
I
they
had to pick him.
y'all.
She done went live with him in the car. I gotta pick him up because he's sitting here crying over that Power Ranger.
Crying over
Yes,
that
they.
Power Ranger.
I told him that stove was too hot for him. I
Yeah,
told him,
yes,
now, son, you ain't ready for that. You wasn't raised around that. You can't handle that, son.
yes. They
Now
love her
tell
because
me
that's
that
their
ain't
He
what
mom.
she would have said.
he tried to handle it, and he seen he got handled. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And when Chrisean flew in that car, jumped to just like she did and was ready, his whole drugs, everything, she blew his eye.
Yeah, but she also saved him. Remember when they
Yeah,
called the police and she told him, get in the car? Get in the
yeah,
car? She
Because
yeah,
always
she
protecting
had
him.
a warrant.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm
But
saying?
they forget about all that, huh?
Or no,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
both of them were on probation at the time because I don't. Blue was going back and forth with that court stuff, but he was still on probation, and she was on
Exactly.
probation too. She hadn't violated. Well, no, she hadn't violated probation yet. But
Mm-hmm.
even it's just to me, I feel like this. They make sense business wise.
Mm-hmm.
They make sense. You can tell from the way, if you look at how, and we've gone down this road before, if you look at the levels of affection
Yes.
between the two women, he pulled Chrisean to him. He kissed her on the forehead. He even
Exactly.
even that little clip that I think it was Zeus Network T put up when they were talking about the viral moments that made you laugh when they were sitting in the back of the Sprinter and they was in London and she was saying she was
Mm-hmm.
hungry and he was like, "You could eat me up." He said that so soft, and he
He
looked
loves
so,
Chrisean.
and she was just looking so disgusted, like,
She
Negro,
was
after
over him
all
at
the
that
stuff
point.
that you just said to me, you talking about eating you up, boy, bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like not now, please.
But he was always laying on her. He
Yeah.
always
Mm-hmm.
had her up underneath him. People talking about, oh, she always on him. He wants her on him like that.
Yes, he drawn to her in a way that he can't even explain.
He don't know. That's why he's so messed up in the head because he can't even explain. He don't even know what's going on.
Now
And
I'm gonna
y'all,
say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm leaving this live up. I'm saying this for all of y'all to know. If he come out here and he act fool, I think I said this with the members earlier. If he come out here and act fool, I wanna, Chrisean, don't get up here and don't cry. You better
right,
move on to your plan B because you said that you wasn't giving up your house and that if he
We
came
call it
home
Zio. We gonna
and he
call
was
Zio. Tell her if she don't get her off that internet
okay,
because she told us she had this.
right. What's the plan, sis? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so now this done happened. What's the play? What we doing? What we
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because not giving up your house is a very smart move. Okay, still keeping your money separate is a very smart move. So now he
yes,
come home, he act fool. What's the next move? Please do not left eye and Lorena Bobbitt him.
Please
that's
don't
right.
Okay.
kill him, because I
Don't.
feel like that girl gonna
Okay.
snap out, sis. I
No, I
really
don't think
do.
so. I don't think so. She got that baby. She ain't that stupid. She got that baby. She got that baby. She ain't gonna do that. She just gonna
She
be
said
talking.
she gonna burn the house down.
She be talking. She ain't gonna.
No,
She got Junior.
If she
She
really
got
be
Junior.
done, she gonna walk away like she should. You
Mm-hmm.
ain't
She
gonna
gonna
do
walk
all of
away.
that.
That's it.
But we could
I,
just enjoy the show. That's what we just
Mm-hmm.
gotta do.
but
Sit back.
again, I'm not gonna get up here and I'm not gonna drag her. I'm not gonna get up here. Y'all know that. I don't really drag anybody. Now I will
Mm-hmm.
drag when I see that throw the rock and hide your hand stuff. I will drag.
Hmm.
But even then, y'all know that I don't call Jaydin Stewie unless I'm reading one of y'all comments. I don't really call anybody names. I was calling Blucifer because he was being evil. I call
Mm-hmm.
Carlissa Carzilla when she going on them rampages on people because she terrorizing everybody on the internet when she get mad. Okay, she
Hmm.
terrorizing them and us. But sometimes you gotta admit, sometimes it's funny. Like
Yes, it
sometimes
is.
she's funny, and I
When
can't.
she get into character, it's
Yes,
funny as.
I can't. I can't laugh. I can't.
yes, you can.
No, I can't.
Yes,
No,
you
I
can.
can't.
We on
I
Bunny
want to
now, because
thump her.
that
I
girl,
want to
she
thump her
is
in the middle of her forehead.
girl. Bunny is delusional.
But y'all heard what he said in
Oh
his
Lord,
song,
we not
in the
even going.
left right song. He said he got two girls and that's enough.
Right.
He claiming the two.
And
I know
Mr.
you call her,
Slowfo.
I know some of y'all call her Stewie. I don't because I try to remain as neutral as I can, even though I have my fave. Okay. I try to remain as neutral as I can. Now, if you ain't dragging, I'm not going to drag. But you start dragging, I'm going to be dragging.
I
I
just don't
agree.
like her slickness.
Hey, Miss
It
Pammy.
ain't got nothing to do
Hey,
with
Hey,
Krishan.
Pammy.
hey,
Hey, Pammy.
Hey,
hey.
Pammy Doss. I like that last name, Doss.
Yeah, it's
What
Mary.
you
What you
got,
got
Miss
to add
Pammy?
to the conversation, Miss Pammy?
All right. So y'all know how I feel. I'm trying to teach myself not to be so hard on Blue. And I realize that if you guys go back and check something out, I do really now believe this was supposed to be business when she was in the house, because on Jason Lee, if you check all three of their interviews, when he was with Jaydin, then when Chrisean went on, and Carlissa, they all spoke of a business deal. And I think that's the only reason why Jaydin accepted it at the beginning, but then they went farther than the business deal. And I keep peeping it. Every now and then they'll say something about a business deal.
Oh yeah, they admitted that though.
Krishan
Yeah,
was supposed to be business.
yeah,
Krishan was not supposed. He
baby.
was not supposed to fall in love with Krishan.
That's right. That's
Exactly.
right. And so I guess, and then this is the other part. Why I kept saying click, click city for him, because you guys know, if this was your son, my son, or whatever, they would have went to Click Click City. And I don't feel like Blue should get house arrest or should get any special treatment for any of the stuff that he's done, because if it's your son and my son and whoever, they're going to jail.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not
my
I agree.
son and your
past go.
and
Do
my
not
Do
son and
not
collect
your
two
collect
hundred
two
son
dollars.
hundred
is
dollars.
not on the internet drinking when the judge said don't drink. He did everything that he could do that the average Joe Blow cannot do. And to me, that's a level of arrogance that I just
Mm-hmm.
cannot. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't stomach it. I can't. It's not cute. Uh to deny a child for money purposes, I just don't get down with all of that, because I think when it's all said and done, it's gonna come back and bite you in the butt. Now I've had a
Yeah.
child to go to do 30 days, and I've got a same child now is on probation. If he do something, he going to jail. So Blue needs to go to jail too.
Yes.
I
I
I'm
agree.
saying
I
it,
understand, but see, for me, because I come from a life of dealing with people being incarcerated, and I see that it doesn't rehabilitate, it doesn't help
Thank you. Make them
change.
worse.
It makes them worse sometimes. There are some people that will go in and that's it for them. They come out, they change because they don't want to ever go back inside. And then
right,
Mm-hmm.
there's those that actually link up with other criminals to become better criminals than what they were when they were inside. But I don't see how you
right,
think you're going to be a better criminal when you inside with that same person who telling you something. They didn't get away with it. They in there with you. So
right,
how? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it was more like when I said I would like for him to go away to rehab or something, is because in rehab, they're going to get you off the substances. They're going to do a therapy on you. You come
Mm-hmm.
out a bit better than you did if you go into jail. Sometimes these people become addicts in jail.
Yeah.
right.
So
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you know,
my son was one of those. The 30 days let him know he didn't want to do no more time. That was enough for
I
him.
know that's right.
But the other reason why, because this is, I always I'm the devil's advocate. Okay. So the
mhm,
other reason why that I needed him to go is to give Krishan and Jaden both
a
some
break.
time away
Mhm,
What I
from him,
said.
so
mhm,
that they can figure out who they are. Because you guys know that I am a true believer that it starts with the woman when she allows these things to happen to her. She's got to
That's what I
find
said.
out who she is. And I'm sorry, at 18, 19, 20, all up to 30, and sometimes longer than that, we don't know who we are. We
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
still are looking. And then when you've been deprived of what they call a normal childhood, You're
Mm-hmm.
really looking for that love, and you will take what some women mistake a push or a shove as a man loving her. He's
Mm-hmm.
so, in love with her that this angered him. It takes
Right.
us a while sometimes, especially if we've grown up in that, to realize that that is not right.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
But did you guys remember when, I don't know if it was what's her name, Chastity or whatever? We all been through this
yeah,
Right.
as if it was normal.
It's normal for
and
them.
it
Right.
was.
Right after that incident happened, she talking about that's still Junior Daddy. Yeah, but
Exactly.
and she was like, I would have opened the door and let him in. Girl, girl,
Mm-hmm.
But
girl.
y'all,
Yep.
you know what? Guess what? Remember they grew up
Yeah.
to a certain point with their mother and their father.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They loved their father. He was mistreating their mother. They loved their mother. So they
That's
To
their
them, that's
why
reality.
wouldn't
normal.
your man do you
Right.
like our daddy did our mama? That's how
Right.
they looking at it.
Give
Mm-hmm.
your
And
man all the money. Let your man be in
yeah,
control.
But she said that on Jason Lee. She said that
Mm-hmm.
on Jason Lee. Her dad,
Yep.
her dad beat her mom, but he never cheated on her.
yeah.
Right.
See, it
So
was
she will let you
cheating.
hit her. She will fight you, but
Yep.
you can't cheat on her. Basically, is what she was
Right.
saying. She ain't
Right.
standing for the cheating.
That's why.
I think that somewhere along the way we want to be loved so much that we will accept and I think that's the reason why I feel like, and I'm gonna tell you about Carlissa. Now I got a son that's 38, 33, and one is getting ready to be 29 in May. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I ride or die with my kids. I tell them when they wrong, but there's no way in dog doo doo I would get out and treat my kids the way she do. If I had a son that seemed like he was having some kind of mental issues or whatever, I'm gonna be right there with you. I'm not gonna put you out. At what point does money stop? At what point does reality step in for them? They've got it all mixed in. They will do anything for ratings. If my son on the
Views.
phone talking about somebody trying to get him or whatever, I'm gonna have my pants on so fast, my shoes. Where you at? Where you at? Where
Mhm.
you at? Because I'm on my way. And that's how I ride. My sons have got into it with people in front of me. And they saying, Mama, go home. Where they do that at?
Yeah.
And they constantly
Child.
they say, Mama, if anything ever hops off, you've got to get out of the way. I'm not like that. I'm not
Let
like
me
that.
tell you something.
Gotta
I
have some
told y'all
sense
the
though.
story of when Apple Juice was getting into a fight and they called me on the phone and how I was running red lights and I jumped out the car ready to fight people, children, because I forgot I'm an adult. But you not, and then we was riding around looking for them when I had all three of the girls together. We was riding around looking for them. But it turns out
Hmm.
that it was our family. So
I've
Well,
done
shoot,
that
family
for
will
my
make you want to
daughters.
do that
uh,
too.
you know.
Yeah,
And
family make you
so
want to whip their tail too.
that's the whole thing. They didn't know that they was cousins, and I hadn't seen the little girl since she was little, so I didn't even connect the name with family until we driving around looking for them. And I seen my cousin walking the street with her husband, and I'm like, "Yeah, you seen the girl such and such and such and such?" And she was like, "What girl? That girl over there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's my
Your
daughter."
cousin. Oh,
And I'm like, "Wait a minute." So she's like, "Wait a minute, she fought your daughter?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So now we out there telling them, well, y'all family, like y'all can't be out here in these streets fighting like that. Now they done clicked up, linked up, and all that other stuff now. But yeah, I be ready to throw down with my kids. Like you're not gonna mess with mine. You not. I didn't
yeah,
bring my
I
kids in
heard
this world
what
for
you
somebody to
said.
do something to them. So I understand that. But I also understand when my kids is doing something, I'm not gonna sit up here and not hold them accountable. When they wrong, they are wrong. But guess
Right,
what? I'm going to
right.
ride with my children till the wheels fall off. But if you are wrong, I am going to tell you that you are wrong.
Yes, I
Right.
do that too, and I also ride with my kids too, just like you, sis.
Hey,
I'm
Somebody
gonna
got
be
to
Lisa,
draw
right
the
there.
line. Somebody got to have
Hello.
common sense, or
where
somebody
you
got to draw the
been?
line.
I've
Look,
been on
38,
all
my
your
38,
thing. I just
38
have a
year old son
comment it.
walking.
I have
My
not
38.
seen you in forever.
I've been on Instagram. I be all over the place following you. I've
You
been
be
on the
bothering
circus
me.
bus.
See, I don't
Mm-mm.
even know you be bothering me.
Oh, sis, excuse me.
Let me
Buttercup said, "Can
put
we please address the situation with Big Sean, Chrisean to second? Yeah,
who?
Huh? Oh, can we
Buttercup. Look at
address
Buttercup's message.
rumor of Big Sean Malone with Chrisean and Taseki? I mean, there's really nothing to say about that. They were trying to say that Sean Malone was Krishan's dad and all of that. And I mean, look, we don't know nothing. All we know is Eugene is her daddy. Her name is Chrisean Eugenia Malone. Okay. And that is Latifa Taseki Malone. That is all we know. They are a part of the Malone crew. I don't know nothing else. And I'm not going to get up here and start talking about, honestly, talking about that because
Hmm.
I don't, first of all, I don't think that that is her father. I will say that much. I mean, it just happens to be a coincidence. His name is Sean Malone and she is Chrisean Malone. I'm not touching it.
Cause I got three boys by the same man, and one of them is lighter than the other boys. So that happens. It happens in generation family because they probably looking at the fact that Tasiki and Krishan is the only two that's light.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Yeah, that's
happens
what
like
families
that.
are. Families are a mixture of ancestors and everything else. You can have two totally different kids. I mean, my three are, I got the youngest is light skinned, the middle is middle, and the oldest is dark, but they got the same daddy
Hmm.
Right.
and the same mama.
Miss Charlotte's a little on the darker side though, so
But
the
she
other
got a
ones will come
brother.
out dark.
She got a brother that's real light. And then the daddy, we don't know if drugs burnt him.
You
Drugs
know
could
what?
burn their skin.
Good and night.
We come in all colors.
Yes,
Is up
we
on the
do.
stage, y'all. Let's give Miss Simone a chance to make her points.
Paul
Okay.
ahead. Here is your
hold
reminder.
on.
Cornell medication.
Hold
Huh?
on. Alexa, stop. No, see
Alexa
God.
said, I got something to say too.
Yeah. Let me tell you, this been going through my head for a long time
Mm-hmm.
because you know how I do Blueface. I just drag him from here, there, and everywhere.
Right?
But when I sat back and I look at it, I'm like, man, Christian art. That's why we think he bullying her, but he wasn't. Remember when Christian was going to Croatia, whatever, Miami party, and he went there first?
Yep.
You know why he went there? He saw Diddy giving Christian flowers, and we were like, oh, he jealous. He knows. He know the industry, and that's why he don't want her around any of them. He knows she's easily manipulated,
That's right.
and that I think he protects her, but
Yeah.
he's controlling, yes, but you have to look where he come from.
Yeah,
Because
he looked
all
like
they
that's
telling you the
mine.
house he grew up in, he come from a little animal family.
Yeah.
Look at the mama. Can you imagine when she mad at them kids? Right, that's where his aggressive nature come from. But I think he wants to protect her. He wanted to protect her. He didn't want none of them around her. Because he
Right.
know exactly what happened after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And but
Protect her
we
and
saw it the
Junior.
other way. Number two, still don't trust him. I still don't trust him because you remember when WAC 100 came out and said, "Oh, Blueface need to relax because he have the show, the Porters coming out." That Porters was supposed to be him and Jaden.
Mm-hmm.
So now, who know if they haven't gotten deposit?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that anybody would have. I mean, I'm not saying I just don't think that a show with Jaden would have pulled in the same numbers as a show with him and Krishan. And the only reason why they're saying, they say that Crazy in Love 2 didn't do too good. The only reason I feel it didn't do so well is because we had already seen it play out online. which is why Lemmy, and then if you realize Zeus has become strict where they cannot be on their phones during filming and all of that. They can't leak no footage. They can't do any of that. They can't go live. They can't do none of that. And I believe that's because they realized and recognized with Crazy in Love 2, that's what messed everything up. As where with Crazy in Love 1, nobody knew what was going on. We didn't know that they were filming for their show when they were filming for it, but we knew what was going on when the second season came out because it played out online already. So a lot of people were disinterested in watching it because they didn't want to see that. But see, then you got people like me who knows him. And I was watching because I wanted to know what was going on behind the scenes. But I don't think anybody would have been interested as much. And I think the numbers for him and Chrisean would go through the roof. Now, what I'm hoping is happening is that they're filming now because this would be good footage. She's not going live. She's not doing anything really. I think this would be a good time for them to be starting the filming because he's locked up and we get to see what's going on with Chrisean behind the scenes. Like all this time that she's quiet, if she comes out with a show right now, everybody's going to watch. Those who support her and even those who hate her are going to tune in and watch because we don't know what she's up to. So that Meet the Porters, I think when they really ran the numbers and thought about it, it was like, yeah, no, that's not going to be a good idea. So I don't think that show was ever truly going to happen.
Okay. I don't know. That was just my thought.
No, they announced it, Miss Simone. They did say it. You're right. They did say they were going to do Meet the Porters and it was going to be Blue and Jaydin.
They probably was trolling too.
Remember, he has another show. Oh, that was the one for the girls to do this. Let me tell you what I noticed too. Cause that Kalisa thinks she's slick. You see when she's over there, when you see she dragging Jaydin, is when nothing ain't popping about Jaydin. When she see nobody's paying her any attention. Right? Because she want to be on everybody's side so much. Anything to bring down Chrisean. Oh, Jaydin fading away. You know. And I'm gonna say this. I know you don't like this on your platform. I keep sitting down and wondering. Everybody, oh, she's so beautiful. If she's beautiful, what is Chrisean?
Amen.
It's just there's nothing beautiful about her. And I'll just leave it at that. I don't see no beauty. It's a big head, a big face. Oh.
Well, you know, Carlissa said the reason her head and face is big because she was eating all the chicken.
All the chicken.
But am I lying? Because every time I look, these guys, I'm like, do I need to go get my glasses? I get new glasses and I'm still looking at. I'm not seeing it.
She lacks confidence too. She doesn't
She
move like a confident woman.
She should.
Yeah, because they threw her out there. She been behind. But Blue
It's
knew
not
he
that
wanted to keep
she is
She
not
doesn't walk.
beautiful.
She doesn't walk confident. She got her body did to walk like a dork. Her feet big, and she just walk. She's just there. She has
just
no feminine, nothing feminine about her when she moves.
And you know another thing that's be bothering me because I don't know. I'm not in that world, not against that world. But if you only get 1D and 500p, is that still not bodies?
yeah, them bodies. Them bodies, they just want to run that narrative for her because she wasn't even meant to be out in the public.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't. They was never intending to put her like she never had any. I don't care what nobody says. Now she came up with the story and said that she told him she wanted to rap. I don't believe that. I believe he wanted to push her out there to create another Chrisean. Okay,
Right.
Chrisean, she showed him, look, I could get out. You want me to get out here and do this music? Because Chrisean said that she wasn't interested in music. Blue put her on to doing music. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe he did the same thing with Jaydin. Now he was hoping that lightning would strike twice, and she's taking off now. But that's because of the Barbie song. Okay. And the
But
Barbie song
that's
has a beat that's a combination of two songs that were already a hit put together. So now you take that, you got a little oomph to you now. You know what I'm saying? But to
Barbie
me,
gonna
she's
be in it.
still not,
I'm sorry.
she's
You
still
couldn't
not.
pay me to rap Barbie. Sis,
Mm-mm.
you in the back seat? No, ma'am. Miss ma'am,
Man,
you're in
I'm
the
gonna
back
tell you
seat.
something about Christian fans too. They be subscribing over everybody page and building their number. And listen, I don't do that. I do not do that. I
Now,
just
see,
wait until I teach a chocolate put it up. I ain't looking at it from nowhere else.
now I'm gonna tell y'all this. When I
Blue
was
Rock
just
TV, you and a chocolate. That's where I get my tea. I'm not going on nobody page.
Now, when I was just, when I was in the comments and I was just watching and doing all of that, I did not follow the people that I follow now. I did not follow Jaydin. I did not follow Whack. I did not. I follow all of them to keep up with what's going on because that's what I have to do. It's part of my content creating. I got to keep up with them. But if I
Not
was
you, because you
content,
have to have your own screenshot.
right, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm
So
not
it's like
talking you.
for
I'm
me,
talking people like me and the rest of us that just get the news.
right,
Because a
right,
lot
and
of Earth subscribers are rock fans.
and that's
Just like some
yep.
YouTube channel that just goes off when Christian was popping there with Christian. Now Christian not popping there, killing Christian. I don't
Simone,
listen.
she's trying to make a point. Henny is making a point.
Well, no, she's making the point as well of what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't understand why. If you're her fan, why are you over here? Why am I singing you in a live? You're not a content creator.
Hold
So
on.
why are you over here giving them views, running up their likes, running up their comments or whatever? Why are you doing that? Even when the blogs post about it, now you running up the blog, yes. But
Mm-hmm.
when I was not doing content creating, I wasn't doing that because I just felt like if this is a person that I'm not connected to, what am I following them for? And at that point, when Chrisean and Blue were together before they broke up and he went back with Jaydin, um, we didn't know nothing about Jaydin except for she was the baby mama. And she went from baby mama and top chick to the second in command now because she was creeping with him behind Chrisean back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't understand that mentality neither, Miss Simone, because it doesn't make sense. Why are you over there? If you don't like this girl, why are you over here?
That's
So
what
And
I'm saying.
that goes for the haters too. If you
that's
don't like Chrisean, why are you over there? Why are you talking about her?
but
That's
Blueface
what I'm
is a
telling you.
creator and he an artist and his theme is off the comments. So when people say things in the comments, that's what he follow and do. And there's
Mm-hmm.
times where he jumped on Jaden live. I seen him jump on other people live. He goes around trying to show people that he the hot stuff. And so
Mm-hmm.
if he say something, just like when people in the comments say, well, if you've made Chrisean, make another one. Then people done flooded them in his comments. I used to follow Blue before everybody too, but people will flood his comments and I noticed he will read what the comments say and he'll follow that narrative the next day.
Yeah, if
Well,
you get enough of the
Blue
same
is
comment,
different. Blue is different because we were following Blue when we started following Krishan.
Right.
Like me, I was following Blue then.
You're
So
right.
it's kind of different.
mm-hmm.
But you know, because I don't know how to explain. Blue and Krishan is different because it was Blue and Krishan.
Right.
But all them fake pregnant people and all of that, they can't get me to even look. I'll wait until you put it up, Hot Chocolate put it up, or Blue Rock TV put it up. I ain't looking at it no way. I ain't even listening. I don't have a clue what's going on with them because I ain't giving them my energy. I'm Chrisean Fat. I used
I
to go to other channel on YouTube and put in my 2 cents for Chrisean and all of that. I see they slaughtering Chrisean. I'm like, hell no. Man, the notification come on my phone. I make sure I turn that shit off. Yeah, because everybody out here, oh, Chrisean this, Chrisean that. I pretend like everybody don't play the fool.
Right.
the algorithm. And
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
I
That's right.
followed Blue from Cardi B. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to know who was this offbeat boy, and when he made them comments about Cardi, so I had started following Blue from then.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So all of this is just because everybody, and I'm not into it, but then it's her life.
Yep.
It's her
yeah.
life. Everybody mad she put that man on her face. Me too, but
I think we all feel a way, to be
it's
honest, but we're not.
okay.
It's a
Look at
difference between
people putting people on them that they don't even know.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
You know, half of Blueface face is covered with tattoos, right?
Yeah.
Blueface got a big old Benjamin Franklin on his
Mhm.
face. He got that white man on his face on $100 bill. That's who
That's
he
what
got
I'm saying.
on the $100 bill.
People be putting people they don't know, never met on their body. And you mad about her putting what you want put on her body. It's not your daughter.
Right.
Right.
It's not your face.
Nope.
Right.
I'm mad as hell over here, but it's okay. I ain't got nothing to
I
say.
know
I'm
I
just
nearly
like,
lost my mind, but I had to, hey.
Had to snap back.
Yeah, I was
most of who
disgusted.
talking got some family member they can't even control.
Mm,
Mhm.
Let her do
Mhm.
her. It's
I got
just
upset too.
somebody we love and we loving from a distance. If
right.
she gets rich, it doesn't bother us. If she gets poor, well, we'll feel bad. But it ain't that serious.
Nope.
It's not that serious. And I used to like this lady. I'm not gonna say no names. It's a content creator, but she got so mad about that, and that made me had to get up off of her because she was too deep in it. So, and I used to listen to her all the time, but I had to get out of there because of how negative, how her attitude switched on Christian so bad.
They
That's what
flop
I
too
was
much.
saying to you.
Mhm. They
Right.
flop
Mhm.
too much.
But it's
You know,
okay.
it's like if
Krishan,
Krishan is doing what they want her to do or what they feel like she should be doing, then they're on her side. But I would say this to everybody: women, we don't stick together. That's something we need to work on.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, I
She
agree.
is not our family, but she is like our virtual family because
Yeah,
Mhm.
everybody loves her. So
Right.
yes, we want to protect her. I'm not gonna stop wanting to protect her because of who she deals with. That
Right.
means that I never really cared for her from the start then. If
that
I'm just
Exactly.
part.
gonna
Mhm.
turn my back because she makes a decision that I don't agree with.
Right.
That
Think
part.
about all the times that you made decisions that people didn't agree with. We all
Mhm.
know that Krishan has her things, and not everything Krishan does we like or is right. In the same way with us, not everything I do right, do wrong, everybody likes. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
didn't care for her to put his face on there either, but I care for her as who she is. And I do think that, in time she'll learn and she'll appreciate who she is. And you just have to move on. You don't people just
I
because they
see you,
do,
Sonya.
you know, something like that. That's that but the content creators have really got nasty,
Mhm.
and to say things like, she's not taking care of her son, that right there is where I say, okay, wait a minute now. You pushing it. None
Or
of
she
us know
putting
what
this
you're
man
doing
before
during
her
your
son.
marriage, okay? And for you to literally get up on your show and say that, I think that's wrong. I don't care
Um,
how you look at it. It is wrong all day long.
I don't like it.
Well,
You know
here's
what?
the thing. Um, I'm not gonna engage in that conversation only because I don't honestly, I really don't care about other content creators because I know that a lot of people do things for clickbait. A lot of people do things for checks because, you know, YouTube, it's no secret. The more engagement you have, um, the
Hmm.
The
more
more
money
money
you
you
make.
make.
Yeah.
So people will flip flop for that. A lot of people do say some things as I peruse the internet streets and I hear some things. Sometimes I wake up out the middle of my sleep because I'll fall asleep with YouTube on
Mm-hmm.
and I'll hear something in my sleep and I jump up like, because you know, YouTube will keep rolling
It'll
stuff.
keep playing people.
And I jump up and I'm like, who the hell is this? I ain't never seen this content creator.
Yes. Where
And
you
I'm
come
like, what
from?
are you talking about, baby? What do
Ooh,
you mean? What are you saying?
ooh,
Going
There's
to
so
town
many of
too.
them though. It's a lot.
ooh, it
It's a
is.
lot
It's
of
real
them. They have
bad
It's a
really
now.
like.
lot.
I
It's a
know
lot of
Virginia
people really
talking.
turned on Krishan when she went back to Blue. They turned on her.
I mean,
But
came out
here's
of the woodworks. It's like, who is this lady? I never saw her. And then once I listen, I'm like, and I will never see her again.
right.
I used to try to argue. I don't now. You know, the best
Mm-mm.
way to fight them
Mhm.
back back is just don't go out there on their platform.
Right. Don't give them
Period.
Exactly.
Yeah,
no views.
Listen.
and
Let me tell you what I realize. What's going on with Christian? People are just envious of Christian.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah. That's the main thing.
Mhm.
I sit down and I'm listening. Oh, this girl fight too much. This girl is on a fight show.
I mean, I know some of them are envious, but I really do believe um a
I'm just
lot of this
talking.
is from the fact that they can't control her narrative because they want her to do XYZ. And Krishan
Mhm.
is doing
Right,
A, B, and C
Natasha.
instead. So because she's not behaving, performing, or handling things the way that they want her to, they begin
Okay,
to
let me tell you why I think it's envy. They just mad. When Christian turn on that thing, we gone 25,000 in a minute.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
they be up there, just the whole internet period. The only person I see grab Christian number is Nikki. And I'm talking these last days. Only Nicki Minaj I see when she pop online, she go 30,000.
Mm.
Everybody else down in the bottom number, right? But I'm saying they mad Christian because this is narrative. She like to fight. She's on a fight show. Number two, oh, she gonna get sued. You know how many people out there being sued? Is she the
right.
first one? Is she the last one gonna get sued?
Nope.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, lock her up. You know how many celebrity in jail? She
Some
ain't gonna
people
set no record and she sure won't be the last one. And if she goes in, she will come out.
and
So I
some I'm
don't
trying
even
to
know.
think when you get sued, you made it.
Hmm.
hmm.
I hear people killing her with $4 million worth of debt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I'm
oh
like,
Lord, no.
but it
Or
is
they'll
what
say,
it is,
"Oh,
you know?
since see she not the algorithm, Blue the algorithm. You see, she ain't got nothing going on. She ain't got nothing. Of course,
She's choosing to not have anything going on.
he
She
told
ain't got
y'all.
nothing
He
going on.
said
I
to do
bet you
time
she
with them.
jump on live now. We got 25,000 people watching.
I know.
And she
She
don't
does
and,
not
and
put
and
in
who
any
y'all
food
know,
in none
even
of
the
your
even the
pockets.
big time actors, who do y'all know had over 300,000 watching the birth of their baby?
Mm-mm.
The
right.
Mm-mm.
thing
None of
about
them.
it, she just not giving you people nothing to feed off. Remember
Mm-hmm.
when Christian used to pop up online? As a content creator is going over 10,000 views, 9,000 views. Now you better keep your little 100 view and keep quiet.
Okay.
I know that's right.
Hey,
And
Miss Jackie and Goddess with the scoop. I don't know if y'all been jumping in or not, but I wanted to formally introduce y'all up to the platform and say hello.
Hi guys. I was just
Hey,
sitting
Miss
here.
Jackie.
Hi, sweetheart. I was just sitting
Hey.
here listening for a sec. I'll just digest. I just have a quick thing. I've been following you guys' conversation, and I just have something to say. I know some people may not agree with me, but Blueface to me is, and now some of you have heard me said this before. He's a child that I don't think will ever grow up. He reminded me of my older brother. God rest his soul. He's passed away now, but I don't know if it's a sign, or is a what you call a horoscope sign or not. But he's a
Aquarius.
yeah, Blueface is his sign. He's a kid at heart. He's never going to grow up. And I think deep down, I agree with everyone that, and I told my husband is now tuned into Blueface and Krishan, by the way. Whenever he hears me talk, he's asking me if I'm on the phone with Henny now. He's familiar with Henny very much. Um, I believe that Blueface does care, love Krishan. However, coming from the topic that you started the conversation, Henny, about the dysfunction between the family dynamics and what's happening between Blueface, Krishan, and the entire circus media as far as the dynamics of what happened in the family with Krishan, with Blueface and his mom, and the way they were brought up. I can understand where his trauma coming from, and I think it's a part of why he reacts and how he treats the women around him. I do think that Blueface has the capability of loving someone, and I do think he does love, but I think he also grew up in a very dysfunctional home. I don't think his mom knew or gave him the love that he needed, or showed him how it was to be loved growing up as a child. We saw Dre and heard Dre online and how he spoke of how he grew up. We hear a little bit from Callie when she gets upset. She tells some of how she grew up and how what she went through with her mom. And that home life, of course, is dysfunctional at its best.
yep,
Um, I'm
can't give what
sure
she don't got.
I'm sure a lot of us gone through something like that in our life, and it tends to affect us, and how we distribute it off towards our kids as well. I myself, I come from an island where, it's not easy for our parents to tell us or tell us loudly how much they care or love us. And sometimes they take their frustration of how they are raised on us as kids as if it's our fault. And then we tend to either carry it up and, take that out on our kids if we're not careful. The way I was brought up, of course, I try not to take it out on my boys. Unfortunately, sometimes it happens, and I had to apologize to them as they grow older. Krishan, of course, she grew up in a huge family. You all know the story. I don't have to go through it, with you. Blueface being locked up right now, I was one of the ones who was praying that he gets locked up for what he was doing to Krishan. I didn't like it at all. And I understand and I hear your guys' points that sometimes being locked up in jail may not be the right thing. I've had brothers that have been incarcerated. My older brother, my youngest brother, spent a good 8 years in jail. He's out now working and doing a good. He talks about how rough it was in jail, and of course, I've heard you guys online with the Henny Gang talk about your experience of having family members in jail. I don't know if it's going to help Blue or not. I feel that even if Blue was not in jail, I feel that he needed some time away from Krishan. I don't think that Krishan is as feeble as most people think. I think Krishan has a strong head on her shoulder. She's much stronger than a lot of people give her credit for. She's not portrayed. She's portrayed as a fighter, and she likes to fight. Krishan is not that. I don't see that about Krishan. I think Krishan did a job on the TV shows. I think Krishan, you see now, the mother, the nurturer, the person that is behind the scene. That is Krishan. Krishan wants to be a family, loved. That's what I see with Krishan. When I see her on live, sometimes when you see her looking at the comments, I see in her eyes when people are making mean comments, you can see her eyes of disappointments. And then when people are making
Yes.
great comments, you see her eyes light up like a little girl. And she's happy about that, you know. She's not happy about people saying things that are mean. You know, she wants us to see her making progress. I mean, I literally, and I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, but I was sitting there listening to everyone. I literally had tears in my eyes when she told Tommy that she grown up. You know, Tommy says, "You change." I don't know if you guys saw that live when Tommy said
Yes.
she changed, and she says,
Yes, she
"Yes, I've
did.
grown up."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was literally, I said, "Oh my God," she said, "I grow up." I was like, I'm like a total idiot. I mean, I don't know how many of you were like, "Oh my God," she said, "I've grown up." It was the most adult thing. Well, one of the most adult thing I've heard Krishan said in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I don't want Blueface to come out and go head back to Krishan right away. I want
I
Krishan,
don't either.
yeah,
I
I
don't
want
either.
Krishan to stand on her own. If they want to date, they can date, but I do not want them living together to start off. I want her to stand on her own. I want him to stand on his own. I want them to find each other the right way. I don't want them to get back into a relationship as if they're bound to each other,
Right.
because Blueface is jealous, and it's jealousy that created the conflict, that created the reason why he treated her that way. I don't forget how he treated her that way. And if she was my daughter, trust me, Blueface would not have a leg to stand on. So I don't like, and I don't want, and I don't have a choice. It's just my feeling. I just feel that, you know, it should be the old fashioned way of dating, which is he has his place, she has their place. They go out on a date, they see each other, they get to know each other, find out, you know, what happened, why they went the way they had to be. And if it works, it works. I don't know if
I,
you guys
I,
remember on a live, Krishan says she's doing this for the baby. If he messes up this time, you know, she's gonna burn the house down. I hope she don't do that. I hope she just pick Junior up and leave. But, you know, that's my insight of what I think and what I hope will happen. And I hope everyone just pray that when he gets out, that I don't think he's going to change. He's not. Trust me, he's not going to change. He's going to come out the same person he is. I've always been. But I pray that Krishan will have the strength to recognize that while he's been out, she can make it on her own. And if she sees a sign of Blueface going back to his old ways, she just pick her son up and get out of the way.
I
Amen.
agree
I
with you,
agree with
but
everything you
Yes,
said.
me too.
it's too
Me
late
too.
because she's already in the house. So I get what you're saying, but it's too late. He's gonna come home and she's gonna be in the house and she's there already. Like I get it, but that's kind of where we are, you know. And not only that, this generation doesn't know anything. You're talking about is courting. That's what you're talking about. Is
Yes,
courting.
courting. That's the word I was
This
looking
the
for. Courting.
microwave generation though.
They don't do
Everything
That's
moving.
courting.
right. Oh my God.
And
Yes.
it's not even just the younger generation, even the men our ages don't believe in courting anymore.
Mm-mm.
They believe in, you know, I take you out, we go out, and you know,
We hit.
now
And
you
he tried to move in with you.
right. Like boy, I don't even know you. Like,
Right. Don't know your mom and dad either.
okay. So I mean, I get it. And I wish that just not just for them, but for everybody that we could go back to when it was
Yeah.
simplistic like that. But you know, I feel like she's already caught up in the rapture of him because
Mm-hmm.
she's there.
And
You
I
know,
don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how she is introducing him to Snapchat either. I think Snapchat to me is for Krishan. And if he goes on Snapchat, you know, the first thing I want him to snap is introduce Junior as his son.
well, I mean, we all want a lot of things from them, honestly, but we're not gonna get that because that's on them. You know what I'm saying? And for her, she's already said he's apologized to them in private. I just feel like he publicly needs to apologize to us, but I
Hmm.
don't see that happening at any point in time, to be honest. We're gonna have to, like I said, wait and see. I mean, for me, if it were me, he would have had to have made the apology louder than the disrespect. If it were me,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
because it just wouldn't be like you wouldn't. But that's not me. That's not her. Like that. She doesn't
Right.
come from where we come from. Also, all of us
Right.
Exactly.
could have had a rough upbringing, but we don't come from being the youngest of 12 children and going through what she went through. We didn't walk in her shoes. We don't know
Right.
exactly what her upbringing was. But what we do know is that there was a pattern that was shown. There's a
Mhm.
generational thing
Yeah.
that's continuing on.
Because love
Because
look different in different households.
right, but if
Mhm.
you
Mm-hmm.
also go back to that crazy in love, when the mother was talking about how the father was with her, and Chrisean was saying, I don't want to be you.
Mhm.
Right.
But
Mhm.
sometimes in trying our hardest not to be something, we become that very
We
thing.
become it
And if you
Oh
exactly.
haven't been
yeah.
shown something different, then what you were shown is all you know. And even though it may be wrapped up differently, and in this case, they have a celebrity status, they have money, they have opportunities in front
Mhm.
of them. So she may not see, that maybe this is the same thing, just wrapped in a different package.
Right.
And
Exactly.
anything you
Right.
said, Miss Jackie, is right on point with what I believe a lot of people want and wanted for her. But
Right.
again, this is her life, and we are just here to either support it, not what her decision. We don't have to, because she makes a, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna not speak on it. I'm not gonna make an excuse for it. But she's gonna make more. I'm gonna say this. She's gonna make more choices that we're not gonna like until
Right.
Mhm.
she matures. And
That's
that,
right.
honestly, I think people forget that when you're in your early to mid 20s,
Mm-hmm.
even just in your 20s, period, those are
Mm-hmm.
the years that you make mistakes, even all the way up to like you're 35. Sometimes you're making mistakes at 40, 50, 60 years old. But
Mhm.
20 is the ages that people are making all of the mistakes in their lives, and they're learning life lessons early. They're making life changing decisions at 20. So, yeah, I mean, she's not right off point with where she's supposed to be in life. It's just that the things
Right.
that are happening for her are the things we don't like. But like she always says, this is not any different than anything some of us have experienced. Some of us have witnessed loved ones and family members go through. The only difference is it's done on such a massive level because they are so viral. Everything they do is so
Right.
viral. So everybody sees it, even the people in the White House.
Right.
Right. At Krishan's age, she's 24. I
Mhm,
had my second child at 25. I
mhm,
was fighting and hitting back even then. So, I can't judge her for being in that situation
mhm,
on the forefront. I because I look at me, I was 25 and second child by the person who I've been fighting with since I had the first child. I had three kids by him, and look how long it took me to get myself together. So I never fault Krishan for not seeing it. I think I feel for her. And I want to say, hey, he's not going to this, he's not. But I didn't leave. I didn't leave. So she's going to have to go through hers.
Exactly.
She's going to have to go through it. You can only be there for that person, you know, when they have to make their change, and encourage them to hang in there and keep it moving. And a lot of the things that I say, it only comes from my heart and how I knew what happened in my life. And
mhm,
I think that going through that situation has really made me be more aware of women and our situations. Even when my sons date, if their exes or whatever call up,
I'm always going to keep it 100 with my boys. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm going to tell them when
Mm,
they're wrong, you know. And I'm 59 now. If I could go out there and create a safe haven or a phone number, if I didn't have to pay my bills here and could just volunteer my time, because I think that people Krishan's age, if there was some way to reach them, to show them that, you know, that first hit, that second
Right.
hit, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell
Mhm.
you the truth. I thought that this man loved me so much that I just upset him so, you know,
mhm.
that he just couldn't. He was coming home when I'm on vacation because he just wanted to be with me, but he was coming home to check up on me. He didn't
Mm,
have a reason to check up on me, but that's part of the control, you know.
right.
That's, I think, where I come from this. And I know Krishan is going to make her own. She's going to make her mistakes. I did. Look at me. Look, you know, look at me and all the secrecy that I had at my house, you know.
This her journey, and she has to
Yeah.
travel it. And that's what everybody need to realize. This is her
Yeah.
journey. We've had our journey. We traveled our journey. We learned what we needed to learn, but we didn't learn it at 23 and
Sure
24.
didn't. Sure
Nope.
didn't.
Nope. And see, that's the other thing. I'm curious to see what's going to happen because Papa Blueface is there now. So all of that foolishness that was going on before, I seriously doubt he's going to stand by and
Hmm.
And
tolerate
that's why I
any
think Blue is going to
foolishness.
be a little changed too, because now he has someone positively that
Mm-hmm.
he can listen to. And Papa Blue has been around Krishan.
Yep.
So I'm sure he realized this girl loved my son. And he's
Right.
Hmm.
probably telling Blue behind the scenes, like, yeah, son, this girl really love you, you know?
Thank you, Miss Jackie, for the super chat. But you know
You're
what?
welcome.
To the
Sorry.
point, to the point that you just made, Papa Blue has gotten to know Krishan without Blue there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
difference. He's
Yeah.
gotten to know her without Blue's influence, without
Mhm.
Carlissa's influence. He's
Mhm.
under the same roof as her, so he knows who she is. You think they're not
Right.
having conversations
Right.
Mhm.
about things? He's watching her. So
She's
now
a sweet girl.
she
I've
is.
never met her, but I believe she's a sweetheart.
I met her.
I know you did, and I'm so jealous.
And I will tell you something, even with that, when I met her, and I asked her, I said, can I get a hug? And she's like, yeah, like she was very welcoming. You see, and if you watch it, you see, and she took the camera, she was talking to y'all, and I'm like, I took a over down here, and I was just talking all fast and everything because I
Mhm.
thank you for the cash app. I couldn't believe that I was actually standing in front of her, and there was so much I wanted to say to her, but I knew that
Mhm.
she was on the move. I didn't have time to actually sit and like really converse with her. And
Right.
it's just like, oh my God, I'm finally meeting this girl that I've been fighting for so hard for the first time. This is a manifested moment. All I wanted to do was hug her when I was watching her go through things, and now I get to actually hug her.
Of
Like
her. Right.
Krishan is hugging me right now. And it wasn't
Mhm.
like a starstruck. It
Yeah.
was like
She's very humble. She's
it
a
was
humble. You
like,
can
She's
oh
very
tell
my
that's
humble.
God,
real.
Mhm.
this girl's
Mhm.
energy, like just her, she's so calm. And she was drinking too, y'all. Y'all know she was drinking. And
Mhm.
she
I ain't
wasn't
mad at
wild,
her.
she wasn't rowdy, she wasn't none of that. And she was very warm and welcoming. So was Terrain, and so was Petey. They just have a
But
beautiful spirit to them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sad that we don't get to see that very often. And when she does try to display that, the comments turn her
Oh,
into
they tear her up.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
she will quickly turn into Rock. I really see two people in her. I see
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Krishan and I see Rock, and I
Yep.
don't blame her because she'll start out alive and she'll be all happy, and then she'll start reading those comments, and then she will flip and she'll say
Mhm.
something, and then all of the bloggers will say, "Well, she's talking to y'all. Y'all don't have any money." No, you know who she's talking to.
She's talking to
You
y'all.
know
She
who?
ain't
Yeah,
talking to
she's
us.
talking to them. That's right. She ain't talking to us.
Because she'll be just as happy, or she'll say, I'm going to tell you something. As soon as she starts reading it, her whole demeanor will change.
Like, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's a form of protecting herself. And I don't blame her.
And
Mm-hmm.
then when she say something, as in like, screw y'all or mind your business or something like that, then everybody want to pop it in the comments. But you guys sitting here and you picking and poking the bear. And when she say something, now, oh, you wrong. Oh, now you see.
Yeah, then she's wrong and she's this and she's a fighter and blah blah blah. If I'm talking and you over there talking crazy, I'm gonna talk crazy to you, just like she do.
Annie, I
Mm-hmm.
got a question for you.
What's up?
I don't know. It goes through my head sometimes. Do you think do you think Rock is scared?
Scared of
Why she that big ugly man?
who? Blue?
No,
No.
Are you talking about whack?
whack-a-mole,
Whack 100?
whack-a-mole cheese
Yes.
face.
Yes, I do.
I sometimes I think that's the
I
only
don't
reason
think
why she
she
keep going back.
I don't think she's scared in the sense of, oh my God, let me run away from him.
No.
It's
When
more
I
so
run away from
what
Blue
he's
and I'm doing good,
capable
this
of.
man will do stuff to me.
I think she's scared of what he's capable of, but she will stand up to him. No problems. But I believe
Ye-
she's scared of the potential of what he could do. But she's
Yes.
not gonna go down without a fight. Like
I
Well,
that.
mean,
I'm
no,
glad
I
she
don't
put that
mean with
out
him,
there.
as you said, what he's capable of doing. I think like he'll send people to hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Allegedly.
and I think, you know, I don't know where I heard it. I don't know if it was in the album that he put out before he went in, or it was one on his live where he said he made preparation for his baby mama before he went in. He knows that's the only safe place for her. When he
Mhm.
think, oh, I'm not doing anything, I'm not going anywhere, she don't shut down because she want to. She shut down because she know it's best for her to be inside when Blue is not out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you notice, every show she got, Blue pops up there one way or the other, whether we wish to believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
We may not see him in the crowd,
Mm-hmm.
but that don't stop him from being there.
Whether people choose to admit it or not, I've been saying it. Blue is like a form of protection. He's a layer of protection for her. Thank you for the super chat talking doctor. She said, I love this show. Keep going, honey. Thank you. Um, he's a layer of protection. So when
Mm-hmm.
he's not here, that layer of protection is gone. And so
Right.
she, she's basically out there. She's got Papa Blueface there. And I'm glad she's got Papa Blue there because could you imagine if she had been at her house
Mm-hmm.
and they tried to run up in that house? I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure that all of them together, Zio and Dakar and all of them, I'm sure that all of them would have protected one another. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's best for her to be there, you know?
And she would go to show and they would sabotage it like they did in Baltimore.
The who?
When she go to a show, they would sabotage it like they did
Yeah,
in Baltimore. And
yeah,
Yeah.
the set, I think even the one with the camera thing and all, I think that was a setup,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. So it's best she stay in until he comes.
Even like when they say, "Oh, Blue bought Jaden. He got her a penthouse. He did that." That was a calculated move for him, so he can put Krishan back in his house.
mm,
Did you know? When you say calculate, I think them too. They, as he said, that woman don't like me.
Mm-hmm.
So she no go away, go away. She
Mm-hmm.
want to go away too, cause then she can go live her life, cause she can live that life in his house how she wanna live, and he's unhappy and she's unhappy. He want to be around Rock, but
Yeah, he
he
want to be
got to
around
come.
Rock.
He got to come and give something different. But I'm really scared that when he come, if Krishan goes in, he's gonna take Junior.
I'm
That's
Krishan
sorry.
right.
Asia.
I'm sorry.
I
What
don't
did you?
think she's gonna go to jail.
Why
I
would
don't
you
think
think that
she's gonna go to
Krishan
jail.
is not going to jail?
No,
Oh, ma.
What?
no, no. I think that they'll have lenience on her with that newborn.
Krishan doesn't. Henny, Krishan doesn't have any charges that will warrant her going to jail.
No,
Probation
but is the
violation.
charger with yeah,
She
but the thing with
violated.
James.
Well,
She
James.
violated her probation
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
with Oklahoma. And Oklahoma, at first, they were saying 30 days because of the community service violation.
Service.
She hadn't done it. But then they asked for an accelerated warrant and added the James case. I put that on my Patreon. I don't know if you are part of the Patreon. I put that up to sometime between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. I put it up. They included the James information because at one point it said that they have received phone calls and emails telling them about the incident with James, but it wasn't documented as of that time. When they had gotten that stuff, they couldn't find anything. But then the state picked it up and James is suing her. And then they made mention about what's going on in Baltimore. So you know that these people that are calling and emailing are calling and emailing information to the probation people.
Well, we did it
Mm-hmm.
too.
That's what I said. Nobody can really get
Yeah,
mad
yeah,
because
yeah,
they're doing
right.
it to Blue. So now that
Mm-hmm.
it's happening to Krishan, you can't get mad
But
because
she
Right.
has something going on in Baltimore too.
she has a warrant in Baltimore. But that warrant in Baltimore is for marijuana and it's a minor. It's not even a
It's a
felony. It's
misdemeanor.
a misdemeanor. So they're not even going to bother to come and get her. What'll happen with that warrant is if she gets stopped by the police, if she gets pulled over, if she gets into anything and they run her name, that warrant will come back and they'll arrest her at that time. But they're not going to send bounty hunters after her. Oklahoma has sent bounty hunters after her before, and that's what people are trying to root for. And I'm hoping that that doesn't happen.
I
but
hope she
the
get up
different
and go fix those, because those are things that can be fixed.
but the
But maybe
different
behind the scenes she has someone working on it.
She
I'm
said she
hoping.
has lawyers that are working on all of that. So I'm just hoping that they're able to work something out with her, as
Mm-hmm.
far as things go. It's sad what's happened as far as all of this goes, because it seems like once James did what he no, I can't even say James. Once Woe Vicky sued Krishan, it kind of like opened the floodgate, and then James did his, and once he did his, everybody else came after. Like,
Right.
I don't even believe half the stuff that's being said. Like that stylist, to my understanding, the stylist burned Krishan's hair, or she did something to Krishan's hair. And she
Mm-hmm.
was talking about Krishan bad, bashing her. So when Krishan saw her and she tried to play nice in her face, but you was popping it online, Krishan popped her. Not saying it was right. I'm just saying that's what happened. Like Krishan before Junior would pop off on you, okay? Don't play
Hey,
with her.
but
hey.
Don't burn my hair either, and
that case
expect
was
me not to
dismissed,
be
I heard,
mad.
right? Wasn't that case dismissed?
No.
No? Okay.
No,
Uh,
and I know where that came from. That came from off of Twitter. That case is not dismissed. They hadn't even gone to court yet.
Well, well, if Jocelyn can stay out of jail, Krishan can stay out of jail. Because Jocelyn not only fought a few cops, but beat a girl to a pulp, and she did a whole lot more.
Jonathan Major can stay out of jail. Christian can.
I'm sorry.
Jonathan Majors.
Yes, Jonathan
He
Majors
got
and
counseling.
Jocelyn. I meant Jocelyn. Jocelyn can stay out of jail, and she beat a couple of cops. She has her cocaine, and she has all these things. Krishan can stay out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
God. They just carrying. I ain't even that serious. Mm-mm. But they'll be all right.
I think Krishan need an adult in her life, because at 24 she should have a top-notch attorney working for her at this point to handle all those cases,
Mm-hmm.
where it should not, and a PR team, it should not be that all over the internet. And I'm hoping, because Krishan does read what's being said on the internet, I'm
Mhm.
hoping she sees all this and sees where people are saying that she needs to get an attorney at this point. And Blue, seeing that she's back into speaking terms with Blue, Blue obviously is telling her to get an attorney. There's no way he cannot be saying that she needs an attorney.
They
Um,
need separate attorneys too. She
I'm sure.
needs attorneys for her, for her sake, and then he needs to keep doing whatever he's doing with Whack Them. But Krishan needs her own team handling her stuff,
Oh no, I meant for
not
him to. I
not
meant for
Blue
him to.
stuff.
No, no, no. I meant for him to be informing her that she does need an attorney. Not saying for
Yeah,
him to her to use his. For
yeah,
him to
yeah.
be informing her, because Krishan does rely. Unfortunately, Krishan does
Yeah,
rely on Blues in guiding her.
Yeah, the
yeah,
last time she
yeah.
was saying she hope you would call before she go to court or
Right.
before she send
Yeah,
She
jail.
that she needs her own people. Yeah.
Yeah, she does, and I hope because she does rely on him on his direction. So I hope if she's not listening, like I said, I don't think
Listen,
I
they
think
can
Krishan
go
is smart.
ahead and sue Krishan. If 4 million can stay out of jail, so will Krishan.
And I also think that as a celebrity, that's not true either. I'll bite my tongue on that, because I was gonna say, being in a position that she is open for any Tom, Dick, and Harry to want to sue her for everything, for looking at people the wrong way. So I
Well,
think
that
that's.
is true. That's
Oh
true.
yeah, you're
And it
right.
seems
Yeah.
like that's exactly what's
Yes.
starting to happen. And that's why it's more important now than ever that she, try to remain calm.
She's
She's still going to have people coming, at her, but at least she won't have
she's doing
everything.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
She's
meant for the
doing
court system to see that as a factor, that some
Yes.
of these people are coming in because they will try to sue someone for anything and everything, but if because they think they are celebrities and they're looking for a quick buck.
Right. Thank you, Stephanie. Oh, I said I
Well,
was
That's why Bonnie coming after her like that. I think Bonnie antics are like trying to bait her up,
yeah.
yeah,
trying to bait her into an altercation.
Yeah,
yeah,
well, I hope Krishan takes her into the boxing ring again
Mm. Mm.
and puts paws on her again. Like
Again.
you would think that she would have learned. Like
She bumped her around in that video.
I ain't even want her in the boxing ring. I
no,
want her to catch her anywhere.
I want Krishan to do it anonymously and do it shaggy. It wasn't me.
I
I
want,
want it to be
yeah,
done
I would
Jeez.
like Krishan
anonymously
to hold her and
and then do
chop
a
her
shaggy
anywhere.
and do a
I'll start
shaggy.
a
It wasn't
GoFundMe.
me.
Bonnie didn't know what hit her. She started swinging backwards. Oh my god, that
And
was
you
so
know what?
funny.
She ain't even worth it.
She not,
She
but
ain't
she
even
talked
worth
too
No,
it.
she's not.
much. She
Ugh, she's
really
sickening.
isn't.
knock her lips back thin.
and
Oh my God. Mm.
No,
Now you
lips that
said
don't
that, Eddie.
move.
You said it.
Look here, we got a
Hey,
ring.
Junior! Hey,
well,
buddy. Hey, buddy.
Now you
Now
Who
tell
can't
you
me
walk?
tell
that
me
Who
is
that
can't
just
you
sit
do
up?
not
cuteness.
Who can't sit
look
up? Who can't
Krishan
walk?
in his face.
oh,
Oh
look at
my
his
God.
face.
Look at
Oh,
Hey, Papa
oh,
Blue posted that. You
Yes,
see,
he
oh,
did.
Carlisha was clowning him in her last live. Hey, he didn't even put the baby in there. The baby can't sit up
oh,
in there.
oh, he's
Oh
so
my
cute.
goodness. He is so cute.
Oh,
He is
Now, where in the
adorable.
world does it look like something's wrong with him? He is
No,
just as
nowhere,
cute as ever.
nowhere.
Look at him.
oh, he's such a. I want to pinch his cheeks.
I
I
know.
know.
Oh, he's such a
Junior,
cutie.
Can y'all
this
Junior,
believe?
baby is big, no
Junior.
matter what they say.
He's
Can
gonna be
y'all
tall. He's gonna be
believe
tall too.
that this
Mm-hmm.
baby that is sitting right here in this walker,
Wow. And
all
his
of
feet
us,
and his feet is touching the ground.
all of us
Junior.
have watched this baby from the
Wow.
belly to this point.
Wow.
Like, I don't think people realize how special that is. That we watched this
Junior.
baby from the belly to this point. He gonna be walking soon, y'all.
Hey,
Wow.
I've seen this baby.
If Blue's heart does not melt and he don't get on this internet and say whatever he needs to say after seeing this baby,
Oh, he's already with. Remember when he was sniffing
You,
him in the
you
car?
know what? I think
No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying now when he come home, if he
Oh.
don't claim that child instantly, it's something wrong with him. He
I
I
is
think
think
the
Jaden
Junior is
was
cutest
doing
little
Jaden was
far
baby.
more
Jaden
than
probably was
Krishan is
threatening him.
showing.
Jaden probably was threatening him with them kids. You be with him? It's either him or them.
Oh,
You
he
know
Blue
what?
said it. Blue
She
said it
looked like that.
already.
Mm-hmm.
Blue said
I
it.
think I think Jill is being framed. I think Krishan have something going on because she don't show nothing but Jill in her arm. You know why? She filming all of his progress.
Hold on. Buttercup said we watched him get conceived too. I didn't see that.
Oh,
No, Buttercup.
we 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 saw that on Crazy in Love Part One. We saw the toe sucking and everything.
Okay.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
I saw
I
him sucking
swear,
those ugly toes too.
this is
Oh,
just
she
too much,
loved him
man.
because ain't no way. Ain't no way she loved that man.
Did
Yeah,
you
that's the love
did you,
right there.
did you
Mm.
remember those ugly toes?
I remembered. Oh, I didn't put my watermark up. I don't even care.
That was so gross. That was the
Them
grossest
feet
thing on T
are
on.
on the floor.
Oof.
Okay. He's standing up in the
Oh
Yes,
my
walker.
he's
goodness,
standing
he's
up.
so cute.
He's gonna be tall.
Oh, he had his
He
neck up. I
sure is
thought his neck
standing
could
on
not be
the
straight.
yeah.
You see,
Oh,
his leg is straight. He's standing on business right
His
yep,
neck is straight too.
yep.
now.
That's to all the haters.
And he got on clothes too. You see that there? They see my hand with
Mm-hmm.
clothes on. He got on clothes and socks. Look at there.
These
Um,
Who'd have
people are
thought?
stupid. Can
They
you
sure are.
imagine this woman that
They
be buying
evil.
clothes for everybody? You think you saw how much clothes a friend, even Kalisa bought them baby clothes, so we know the baby not naked.
And the Henny Gang has been sending him gifts. Okay, I know for a fact it's been Henny Gang doing stuff, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
proud of y'all because instead of being part of the problem, you're being part of
Be
the
a
part of
part
the
of the
solution.
solution.
and that's what
Hmm.
people should do. And I could already hear the hate. I'm not sending her nothing. She called me broke. Yeah, but you're gonna sit up here and you're gonna keep talking. What did she say when that situation happened with her in Walmart? All the lady had to do, instead of that lady coming up to her and offering to help her, she chose to record her and put it on blast to go
Mm-hmm.
viral. Well, I commend everybody, even if you ain't Henny Yang, that sent her a gift, something to help with Junior. I commend everybody that sent packages and gifts
And
because
she's so appreciated.
you're
She
being part
is.
of the solution instead of part of the problem.
But did you hear what she says, honey? She says she didn't. She never had the baby shower, so this is like a
Yeah.
baby shower for her.
Right.
And
She was almost in
yeah,
tears.
she was almost in
Mm-hmm.
tears. She says, "This, you guys are so wonderful." She regret not having the baby shower because she didn't know who to invite, and this is like almost having the baby shower after the baby was born.
That means
Right.
she doesn't trust anybody really. She
Yeah,
doesn't know who to invite. She
yeah,
doesn't trust anybody.
yeah. She was almost in tears. She's so appreciative. It was
Yeah,
just
she
like,
was.
Mm-hmm.
uh and that's why I'm telling you, Krishan, people look at her and thinking, oh, she likes to fight. She's like to fight. She's this, it. She has this beautiful heart inside, almost to the point of a kid, like still joy at Christmas time, like a kid at Christmas
Mm-hmm.
time. And she's so appreciative of the little things. It's like unbelievable appreciative of the little things. And that's why I feel like she hurts the most. And people
Mm-hmm.
don't understand she hurts the most. And I heard someone mention the hate pages and why they're coming at her and saying all these evil things. I think some of these people are paid to do that. Not think, I know they're paid to do that. Somebody's
Mm-hmm.
paying them to do all these hateful things.
Whack.
Yeah,
Whack
whack.
100.
Yeah, they're paying them because there's no way someone will have all that time on their hands just to
Mm-hmm.
hate on someone and say the
Mm-hmm.
stupid. My kids always say, "Mom, there's no such word as stupidest," but I'm going to say it. The stupidest thing.
Right.
The stupidest things that they say to a girl that they do not know. And
Mhm.
it's just ridiculous. You say this, like, for example, when she was opening up the gifts, oh, you got all these toys and clothes from your fans. Why don't you ask them for a car seat? I'm like, are you
She
serious
has
right
a
now?
car seat.
That's my
She
point.
been had a car seat.
That's
Right.
my
Let
point.
me say that. That was the stupidest thing
That
they
was the
could ever
stupidest thing. That was the
That's all right,
stupidest thing.
Chrisean. If you hear this, we love you, girl.
That was the stupidest thing I ever heard. I, s- I put
because
on
you
her.
can't leave the hospital without a car seat.
It's not even that. I've seen Scotty bought her. She bought one. I'm like, are you stupidest?
Yeah, stupidest.
Well,
I think they're crazy. Did you see? Is it? I forgot her name. The lady on Twitter on IG. She had this other page, capping for likes. She was going off on her.
we don't talk about other people.
Oh, I forgot. But
Mm-mm.
she's another hate page that's going off on Krishan. And the things that she was saying on there, and I'm saying to myself, she's got to be paid to say these things because they make no logic sense at all. And that's another page that was saying things like that. And I'm like, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Okay,
And
we
that,
gotta stop because what's gonna happen is you're gonna say that on this live, and then they're gonna come for me.
okay, we need to
Yeah,
erase that
they're
part of the
gonna come for
conversation.
me. Like
We need to
they're gonna
erase that.
say Henny did not say anything. Like that's even when I'm noticing little things in the comment, people mentioning other people. I'm deleting it because I do not have time in my real life off
And
camera.
Miss Jackie says, and Henny did not say, and Miss Jackie's going to erase that part of the conversation. And Miss Jackie's very stupidest right now, so we'll just end that conversation.
Because see, this is what happens. They're gonna go back and forth, and then they're gonna play their little games, and then Henny's gonna get mad, and then I'm gonna want the address, and I'm gonna want somebody to drop their pin, and then I'm just gonna fly out, and I want to fight because I don't
That's
come from this internet Twitter finger generation. I come from meet me outside. I want to fight right now. I want to fight. How old are you? I got a daughter for you. Like I want to fight. Like that's me.
Meet me in the streets, as said
Exactly.
Saucy Toe.
wait a minute. Is there a song that said "Meet me outside" or something like that?
Yeah,
It's going down.
I don't. I ain't got time. All this hustling back and forth
it's
with
going down.
It's going down.
you, trying to tell you. Then you'll be seeing me going to Quick Click City next. Like, no, no, no. My kids will be on here talking about we need bail money for my mama.
Apple will be on here trying to keep the chat
Right. She'll be like, so my mom.
going.
Apple juice will be on there, and I'll bring the vodka. We'll have a party.
Listen, she gonna be throwing 48 hours. She gonna be doing marathon lives, okay? Marathon lives. Trying to beat me out, okay? Apple juice is gonna get money up and fly. She gonna be like,
Right, we'll be cash apping.
yes. She gonna go to Chrisean house and ring the bell like my mama is in jail for you. Okay, you need to go bail her out.
Right, right.
That's all right. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody you'll be taken care of. As long as it's New York jail.
See, that's just it. Most of these people, we don't know where they at. I'll probably end up in Cali for all we know. Okay, we all across the world looking at Blue from the women's facility like Negro.
Not the woman facilities.
Yeah, I'll be in the women's facility across the street. Yo, somebody tell Blue to come to the window. Hey,
Carlissa will be out there going, and you said what on the circus press call?
No, you'll be saying the window, and Blue be saying to the door, to the window, door.
like I guess it's a jailhouse box now, huh? Review that, Hennessy. Review that.
Ain't nothing but a party.
I told y'all that I tied that girl's tongue, and look what happened. I said, Lord, this is not a cue. Tie her tongue now, and you put her in jail.
Right.
God don't play about me.
Oh God, I can't do it. That was a good laugh. Sorry, guys.
That was good.
Sorry, guys, we messed up the live.
No, it's okay. Well, listen, y'all, I got to go. Okay, Jailhouse Press Box. Okay, that will be the name of it because I will find a way to go live and tell y'all about the ghetto. Okay, the ghetto. Let me review LA County Jail for y'all for the women's facility real quick. Okay.
I
Right?
love Ari Mac, Jailhouse Press Box.
Okay. Oh, well, guys, I've enjoyed spending time with y'all, but I do have to go. It is 10 o'clock. I wasn't even planning on being up here long. See, every time I get on these panels with y'all, we be up here for 3 and 4 hours. I ain't finished cleaning my room, Jesus. And I done pulled stuff out because I was doing that deep clean. You know, you pull all the furniture. But I got to the big parts where I need 2 hands. So, you know, I can't, because of my shoulder, use 2 hands. So, yeah, now I'm just going there and I'm going to clean up a little bit and then I'm eat and go to bed because I'm tired. I'm very tired. Henny is tired. I'm very tired. And I've come to realize it's not the content creating that makes me tired. It's the job. You know, you got to think I've been going for how long? Nonstop. So when I get time off in my head, I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to create all this content because I got nothing but time on my hands. And then I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, okay, boom, let me finish this video. I finish the video. And if I don't come live, I go back to sleep. And then after I do the live, I go to sleep like Henny is tired. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired.
Well,
So
thank you for having us up. Thank you so much.
Yes,
I
thank
Thank you,
you.
Hanny.
these. I miss doing these. I got to get back to what made us Henny Say reviews over here, what made the Henny gang. And it was the panel conversations. It was the real life conversations. It wasn't just gossip and all of that. And it was the panels that really made us, you know, connect even deeper. So we're going to be doing more of these. But tomorrow, I have the doctor's appointment. I hope he tells me to stay home for another, you know, till next week. Just keep me home for the weekend. Say I can't go back to work till Tuesday or something. I don't
I
know.
already know it's hurting real bad, right?
It
Real bad.
hurts bad.
You can't hardly move it, right?
It hurts so bad.
So bad.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You can only lift it this much. Okay.
We
This is the
we can
furthest
help
it
we
will.
can help you write a
Ow,
letter.
it hurts.
We
And
can help you
ow,
write a
if
letter.
looking at it too hard, it's hurting me.
Yes.
No, but you know, it does still bother me. I do still have a messed up range of motion in the shoulder, and it's my shoulder and it's my dominant hand. So it's really, really hard to use my left because it just don't feel right. But
Off
I
topic, Henny, can I say one thing while we're all on here?
go ahead.
Just if you guys can say a prayer for my niece. Her son took his life
Yes. I'm sorry.
last
Oh,
I
week
forgot about that. Yes.
at the age of 17.
Oh no, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Bless her
So,
heart.
you know, suicide is
Mm,
amongst these teens, um, and, you know, depression. You know, if you
Yeah.
have kids, pry
mm,
into them, pour into them, you know, get in their head, get in their space, you know.
mm,
He was a quiet
definitely.
kid, and, you know, apparently he suffered in silence, you know.
Yeah. I'm
Definitely.
gonna post Kimmy B's GoFundMe. I forgot to post the GoFundMe.
Yeah, I meant to mention it earlier. You know, with suicide, the policies don't cover. So, she does have a GoFundMe page. You know, 5, 10, whatever anybody can, you know, help with. We'll greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry for your loss. My prayers
Yeah,
are with
it's
you
my
and the
great
family.
nephew too. Yeah.
My prayers are with you.
Well,
My
thank
prayers
you.
are with you guys. Oh my God. My
Yeah.
youngest son suffers through that. Spent twice in the hospital. Spent 30 days each time. We
Mhm.
feel your pain.
Mhm. You know, I tell her, you know, don't beat herself up because you know, it's no guarantee that therapy would have helped. Anything will help. You know, it's just, you know, it's unfortunate.
It's
It's
hard, though.
unfortunate.
It's
It's
hard.
hard. Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Oh. Mm.
Thank you, ladies.
If there's anything we can do to help, that's my screen name on IG as well. Please do reach out.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. I sent Henny a link for a GoFund. I mean, that will help, you know.
Appreciate it, of course.
So
Oh man.
that's it. I'm sorry to dampen the mood, everybody.
No, it's
I'm
not a mood damp.
sorry.
It's not. No, please don't apologize. It's actually we feel that inside. Don't ever apologize for something like that. We're gonna pray extra to, well, for myself, and I know everyone else is going to be doing that. So
Right.
don't apologize. We
All
had a
right.
great laugh, and
Yes, we did.
it's wonderful. So, but we're going to be
Yeah.
saying, personally speaking, and I'm pretty sure everyone here in the chat is going to be thinking about your family tonight. And we're going
Thank
to
you.
also make sure we think about our own, because you never know, at any time it could
Yeah.
be ours. We pray and hope that it doesn't happen, but we never know. So please don't
Yeah.
apologize.
Well, keep us in your prayers.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Okay, honey, thank you for allowing us to use your platform, and thank
Yes.
you for the laughter, and thank you for allowing me to use my stupidest. And we'll catch you another time.
Okay, well, I enjoyed having all of you up here with me. I appreciate y'all for coming in and tapping in. It was just like it was time. Like I don't know. I just felt the need to come on here and
And hopefully open the door for everyone else to come up. You guys should come up. It's really fun.
It's fun. It's
Yeah, get a new
fun.
set of group of people next time. It's real fun. Come up here and talk with Henny, okay?
yeah, don't be scared. We don't bite. Unless you coming up here on some foolery and on some stupidest stuff. Then
Stupidest.
now y'all can thank Miss Jackie for the stupidest, okay? Because
Stupidest comment. Okay, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Love you all.
Love you too.
Love you
Bye-bye.
as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So everybody listen, I thank y'all for coming out. I thank y'all for spending time and space and energy. I thank you for all of your input. I thank everybody who came up to the panel and added they $50, they nickel, and they dime, and they dime on all of this. It's been great. I enjoy having y'all up here. I enjoy doing this, and we're getting back to our roots of things. So when y'all rest well, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.